Hello, Mike, back to the water. My name is Beast, and today we're back with more ToHeart2. Today we're going down the Twins route. AKA, we have to just straight up tell him, fuck you. Tell Ruko, fuck you. I mean, anyways, I found something during my shift today. I'm usually not one for energy drinks, but this is a dragon fruit lychee energy drink with an actual like cool design on it. So I decided why the fuck not buy it and try it, you know. So certainly helps that I'm feeling a little bit tired. Bottoms up. It's actually good. Anyways, well, it's the same as always, so no worries. Well, it's the same as always, so don't worry about it. Maybe she just couldn't be bothered to come since it's the opening ceremony, or she just plain forgot that today is a school day. So I decided not to think too hard about Ruko.
さて、めでたい新学期初日もこれで。
Skip. So that did a whole lot. Selecting that choice. Immediately on the skip. Next choice is try to be optimistic about it, apparently. Yeah. It was just another lunch break. Yuji and I were hanging out at the cafeteria. To get lunch, obviously. And it's not like there's anything else to do. Our school didn't have groups that hung around the cafeteria playing tactical RPGs and board games or anything like that. Just get playing cards. Just a sight one would see at any other school. No surprise they're here. Probably goes without saying, but neither of us is in a club, nor do we have any particular special interests. In your student years, you have the freedom to do anything and the potential to become anyone. But to Yuji and I, these boundless possibilities were just too much, and we were unable to decide on anything. So simply because we had nothing better to do, yeah, we sat. I think both of us were tired of aimlessly wasting away our days. If you look back after a few decades, I'm sure we'll regret it. But hindsight is 20/20, as they say, so the point is moot. I still want to do something though, even if whatever I find isn't the perfect thing. I still know what I want to do. That's why I want to make lasting memories as soon as I can. Yuji it seems feels the same. Say what? My eyes were probably dots. That was random even for Yuji.
したくないわけないだろ。別に18歳未満お断りの展開を期待してるわけじゃねえんだよ。
Ignoring my gaping mouth and stunned silence, he carries on.
なんていうか、アバンチュールってやつ？
I don't understand.
わかる必要なんかあるか。パッションなんだよ、パッション。スーパースターなんだよ。
Right. He's becoming more comprehensible with every word. A sign usually looks at my askance.
なんだよ。興味ねえのか？合コン。
Well, I flexibly start to reply, but it turns out I really have nothing to say. Couldn't care less either way. Usually goes ballistic, waving his arms wildly like a lost foreigner.
またお前の女の子は苦手ってやつか？モテモテブルジョワジーの腐れ毛動画。
Did you say something about a fucking bourgeoisie? I think literally what he called him was a popularity bourgeoisie member. What? I respond to Yuji's accusation with confusion. When and with what girl was ever popular? What a ridiculous thing to say. Yuji chides me. We already did her route, so she doesn't count. Next door. Wait, he's talking about Konami. I know Konami's like her sister to me, alright? We've all known each other for years, so you should know that. Yes, for better or for worse, Konomi didn't fall into my classification of women. I mean, I knew basically everything about Konomi. Her good points, her bad points, everything. I've seen so much, it's pretty hard to even think of her as a girl. Even Yuji once said Konomi doesn't tingle his moe senses for similar reasons. So in short, he's so desperate now that anything will do. Yuji then suggests something even stranger. Same goes for Tamane, don't agree with that. Too late. Far too late. Totally out of the question. Even if there were a shortage of eligible bachelorettes around here, she still wouldn't make my list. Besides, it's Tamane's fault I'm not good with girls. Okay, so now we officially have the confirmation. Until now it was speculation, and I speculated wrong. I'm holding a bit of a grudge there. Torpedoed, Yuji tosses out a final remark. I was sorely tempted to ask whether chronic skirt chases were happy, but I decided not to ask. I knew how he'd answer anyway. Someone called out to us from behind. This familiar voice. Yuji makes an instant recovery and clasps Konomi's hands.
今ならナイスガイな彼氏が漏れなくついてくるけど。ナイスガイってユウくん？当然だろ、マイハニー。遠慮しちゃおうかな。笑い事じゃないって。俺は超マジなんだから結婚しよう。
We couldn't tell if either of them was playing around or not. Yuji's a clown and Konomi's clueless. Together they're a tough act to read sometimes. But there are certain people in this world who can't appreciate highbrow humor.
ユージ、ふざけるのは脳内世界だけにしておきなさい。
Tamane shuts down Yuji. Fed up with his antics, she aims a maximum strength glare at him.
本気で好みに手を出すようなら殺すわよ。
このゴリラ女。
いつからそんな口を聞けるようになったのかしら。
Tamane's arm moves like lightning in her hand. She clutches the fingers of Yuji's right hand. At first, it looks like a handshake, but she's bending Yuji's fingers backwards at an unnatural angle. Another tough pair to read. Did he actually get along? Clutching his hand, Yuji curls up into a ball. That looked pretty brutal. Tamane rubs some salt on the wound.
フォークとナイフを使えばいいじゃない。
Tamane.
それより高坊、ユージと二人して何の悪巧み？
Tamane turns to me with a gentler expression. But one must be careful when she's acting like this. There's no telling what she could be thinking behind that smiling mask. She hasn't even done anything to me yet, but there might be a trap here. I have to be wary. Nasty plots, nothing like that. I tried to downplay it, but Tamane isn't the one to back down easily. She bears down on me, bringing her face so close our noses are almost touching.
それじゃあ教えて。面白そうだったら協力してあげるから。ねえ、好み。
Tamane flicks a glance at Konomi.
私も混ぜちゃうの？
Konomi shows a clearly confused expression at being suddenly addressed, but Tamane bulldozes on.
私の記憶が確かなら、この二人のつまらない陰謀はきっと笑える展開になるんだから。たまお兄ちゃんってば。
Honest to God, there's no need for him to hold back. Let's just say like Yuji's talking about him wanting to speed date, and I'm having him headache trying to fucking deal with him again.
というわけだから言いなさい。
Narrowing her eyes, Tamane demands an answer from me. I want to run away, but she would most likely come chasing after me. Resistance futile. Also, I really don't want to lose the ability to use chopsticks. Okay, don't be angry when you hear this.
それは聞いたから判断するわ。
Because I wasn't already worried enough. Alright, so just so you know, this is Yuji's idea.
お前、俺を裏切る気か?
Pretend to hear nothing from my former best friend who still lies in a heap on the floor. Trying my best to play it off is no big deal. I finally spill it. Speed dating. I said speed dating. Yuji wanted to. For a moment, question marks float above Tamane's head, but they disappear as she soon deciphers the meaning.
要するに、女にモテた試しがないユージが高坊にも協力を要請した。そんなとこ？
Something like that.
情けない子たちね。
Don't fucking pull me into this.
はっきり言うなよ。
ま、ユージは盛ってるからしょうがないんだけど。
Tamane spares one glance for Yuji before facing me.
それで、 高坊はしたいの？合コン。
No, really. I want her to stop complaining, and moreover, I don't want to go anyway, so I give a vague reply.
女の子が苦手だから？
There is that, but it's like it doesn't feel natural. Surprisingly, Tamane lets out a frustrated sigh.
ユージもバカだけど、高坊もバカね。
Okay, now Tamane is literally like, you should go. like, you're just an idiot for going, but you should go. You could actually catch yourself a nice girl. Huh? Why? Definitely didn't expect that response on this topic from Tamane. It's rather out of character. She must have read my reaction and not liked it too, because she begins criticizing me more harshly.
自然じゃないって何？高坊のは女の子にアプローチできないやつの言い訳よ。
Well...
いい子ちゃんぶって。そんな言い訳聞き飽きた。
I don't think I've said that enough times for you to be sick of it. Besides, I've never even mentioned speed dating before. I offer an argument, but Tamane throws it right
理
back.
屈はどうでもいいの。事実は一つ。あんたは育児ない。チキンだってこと。
Like, I know I've liked you in other routes when you fucking confronted him about this, but, this is a bit too early? We literally just started this? We literally just started going down the twins route, and, this is happening already. It's a bit too early? I mean, he needs to hear it either fucking way, so quite frankly, it doesn't matter if he hears it now or later, because what she's saying is right. However, come on! You're taking away the climax of the route here. And then again, the climax of this route specifically could just be, fuck. Which twin do I fuck? Until he just decides, fuck it.
私が見てる限り、高坊はいつも深入りを避けてる。合コンに賛成するわけじゃないけど、せめてもうちょっと何かに積極的になってみたら？
But,
言い訳しない。結果が全てよ。
Tamane's intensity goes up a
一
notch.
生逃げてられるわけじゃないのよ。私も好みもいつまでも高坊と一緒ってわけじゃないんだから。
たまお姉ちゃん、ちょっときつすぎだよ。
いいのいいの。たまにはガツンって言ってやらないと。私は信じてるから、ちゃんと逃げ隠れしないってね。
Tamane's expression returns to a gentle smile. Like, I will say this right now that this scene is kind of unnecessary. Like, we've seen in all the other routes that when it comes down to it, in most cases, he will get his shit together, even without her having to do a whole speech about it. Like, the only ones where she straight up needed to give him a whole ass speech for him to finally make up his mind about liking someone was Konami's route, which I understand in there. This is someone that you've literally spent all your fucking life with, to the point where she damn near feels like family. And suddenly you're supposed to view her in a different light. That's gonna clash. And humans are a very habit-based animal. Sasura doesn't have a fucking excuse, though. Like, that route does not have an excuse. He was just being a dumbass there, and he needed to be told that there. 100%. But yeah, but every other route, he was pretty, like, assertive when it came down to it. It just feels like, just feels odd for her to be like this now. This conversation always makes the most sense when he starts to like a girl, but isn't going for it. Like, he's essentially denying that he likes her. Like, there it makes sense. Because we've seen that if he realizes that he likes a girl, a lot of the times he will act on it. He will fucking go for it. So this just doesn't make sense in my opinion. For her to be like this now? Like, it's a bit early. Like, he needs to hear it either way, because hearing it will, you know, solve the problem before it can fucking crop up. It still feels a bit early from, like, a storytelling point of view.
底力を見せなさい。今からでも遅くないから。わかったわね、高坊。
What I can do? Huh. Try to be optimistic about it. Is the right option here. Well, there's nothing to lose by being a bit more assertive. I resolve to act on Tamane's words. The very next day, he fucking has a girl. Is that actually also a scene in Tamaki's Route? I actually feel like checking this now. Surprisingly, it isn't. There's one choice that just says hand it over to Tomine, and I'm weirdly scared of finding out what that's about. Anyways, home, home. Home, 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 home. Like, I wonder why there's a event there over there. Like, why even bother giving us an event for those two when you know damn well that, ain't happening. Oh yeah, that was the event for the stretches she did in order to appear taller during the measuring after school. Cool. As I prepare to leave, I'm suddenly addressed. What on earth is it? What is it? I ask her, not particularly paying attention. Then, in a somewhat gentler expression than always, she says, Huh? Farewell. Oh, why? Then, look what's disappearing from the school, know this town. That's all Ruko says, then she leaves without looking back. I watch her go silently. I wasn't that close or friendly with her, but I feel somewhat sad. It's not like you wouldn't. That's it. That's all you get. Ah! I almost slept! What have I done? Why didn't Konami come to wake me up? She has a key! Why didn't she just come and kick me out of bed? I get up, strip off my pajamas, and run down the stairs with my bag. Oh, wait, I don't have any pants on. Put on your uniform first, stupid. I run back up the stairs, throw on my clothes, and charge down the stairs. Crap, now where's my bag? Damn it! How did I forget to set the alarm? Didn't think that Tamane's words would hit me this hard. I mean, even if I'm not comfortable around girls, she didn't need to say it. Jeez, everyone's talking about that now. Girls, 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 always about girls. Makes me sound like a girlfriendless failure. Besides, somebody that doesn't have a boyfriend. How come she gets a pass? If she's fine that way, then I should be too. Of course, it's not like I don't like girls. Just don't constantly fret about them. I'll save the worrying for when something actually happens. But, will the day ever come? It's not like a girl's gonna drop from the sky or something. Now isn't the time to think about that. I'm gonna be late if I waste any more time. Despite the nausea induced by my empty stomach, I keep on running. I finally arrive at the last boss, the big slope in front of the school. Slow but unforgiving slope that extends into the sky. Can't even see the school at the end of it. Jeez, why did they have to build the school so high up? It's a land cheaper there. I grumble as I begin to run. Although I thought I could just power through, my speed has been reduced to no better than walking speed. Halfway up, I break down and crouch. Oh, so much. I'm dying. Might start vomiting blood right this instant. No, worse. It's as if my blood has stopped flowing entirely. No fresh oxygen flows through my body. Anemia, no doubt about it. My blood sugar is probably low, too. It's too late for regrets, but I really should have listened to Konomi and kept a healthy diet. As my last bit of strength escapes me, I collapse onto the ground. I lower my head instinctively, and finally I can feel a hint of blood flow. So quiet. I was already at school, so the slope's empty. It's completely still. Only the occasional whisper of the wind and hum of distant cars reminds me that the world is still alive. Bathed in tranquil spring sunlight, my clear head and the quiet warmth makes it feel truly wonderful to be alive. If only this moment could last forever. Some cat is meowing. That's not a cat. Damn, that's annoying. Be quiet. I'm not dead yet. Don't eat me. Oh, come on. Why do you keep on bugging me? Go away! But a strength returns to me and I angrily push myself up to look towards the top of the wall. Huh? I stare fiercely where a cat should be. There's no cat looking at me somewhat hesitantly is, well... Even the fucking cat is like, what the fuck are you doing? A girl. Atop the wall on the verge of tears, staring at me intently, sits a very real girl. Why is she up there? She's wearing our school uniform, so I suppose it's not strange for her to be around here, but, shouldn't it be on the road rather than the wall? Well, whatever, there's a girl on the wall. It's just weird as well, but I don't have time for this. It's not like she's hurting anybody by being there, but... The girl's still staring at me as if she's about to cry, making that sound. I have to do something. But seriously, why me? I'm just an innocent passerby. I don't even know this girl. She's not my friend. Not my sister. Well, definitely not my victim or something. If I didn't happen to meet her here today, we'd probably have been strangers our whole lives, right? Even so. Isn't easy. I slowly lift myself up to the wall. Hey, what are you doing? She seems puzzled. I must walk away right there, let someone else deal with this. But looking around, there's nobody else, because I'm stuck in this role. Besides, I feel pretty bad about just leaving her like that. I'll just have to deal with it. What are you doing up here? Can't you get down? Girl finally realizes what I'm asking. She gives a slight nod and says, Kitty. Now that she mentions it, I finally noticed the cat sitting next to her. Is there a problem with the cat? Can't help but sigh. But now you can't get down either. Nod. Silence. Stare. I set my bag aside and reach out my arms. Come on. I'll catch you. If there's ever a time to be assertive, this must surely be it. If I were to back out of this now, I'd totally ruin my tough guy image. Besides, it's irrelevant that she happens to be a girl. Right now, she's just a person who needs help. Don't worry. Be brave. Of course, how else are you gonna get down from there? The girl looks me over. Huh? Oh, so that's why. She wasn't calling out for me to help her. She was trying to help me. Can't help but chuckle at that. But now our roles have been switched. I'll help her in return. Don't worry. Come on down. You've got to get to school too, right? If you don't hurry, you're going to be late. Sure thing. Right after my answer, she immediately jumps down. What? Wait! But I've spoken too late. Oh! Guess I haven't recovered fully, and attempting to catch a girl is too much for me. I collide with the ground. Ow, 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 ow. Total failure. As I'm struggling to get up, I start to feel a soft sensation on my chest. A girl! Realizing that a girl is right in front of me, I jump back in surprise. Her support suddenly disappearing, she too goes down. She cradles the forehead she just smacked to the ground, ready to cry. Sorry, the girl inches towards me. We're almost touching. This must be the fabled scent of a girl. Warm fragrance, making my heart beat like crazy. No. I move back again. Advance and retreat. What are we doing? This is getting awkward. We have to get out of this, but how? Both at a loss, we just stand there. The excruciating moment goes on for a psychological eternity, which in reality was probably only a few seconds. Neither of us knows how to proceed, as we start to panic suddenly. The forgotten cat leapt out of her arms and stalks away without so much as a backward glance. The girl watches the cat leave with a sad expression. Looks like the cat at least came out of that okay. Thanks to that cat, I finally realized that this girl and I are the only living beings in this world. I sigh deeply and stand up. Well then, I'm heading to school now. Pick up a bag and start to leave, but the girl is still holding tightly onto the bottom of my shirt. Does she still need me for something? I can't walk with you holding on to me. You know, we're about to be late. If we don't start running now, you'll be late too. She continues holding on to me, staring at me intently. Just what is going on? I have no choice but to take her hand. Pull her up, noticing the soft and delicate feeling of her hand, but, she falls right back down as if unable to stand. Could it be? You can't stand? Not. She might have pulled her back, or maybe she's feeling anemic. The wall isn't too high, but it's still quite dangerous for a person with a delicate constitution. Plus, despite my affirmations, I hardly caught her gracefully. Oh, that was so lame. Frustrated and let out a big sigh. Can't very well walk away from this now. At the very least, I'd be chastised. In for a penny, in for a pound. I crouched down and say to the girl behind me, I'll carry you to school. Homework was already over, but at least I've made it to the first class, if only barely. Luckily, it happens to be a self-study session with no teachers. I collapsed into my chair, trying to get some much-needed rest.
Yo, 今日はやけに遅かったな。どうした?
Yuji. I look up to see the same stupid face I've seen since childhood. He's smirking for no apparent reason, like he's about to start mocking me for something. Just a bit of trouble along the way.
Trouble ne.
Yuji chortles. He's giving me the creeps. What? Something wrong? It's not like you were the one late.
いや、俺の方が遅刻したかったなってね。
Huh? I stare at Yuji. What's this guy trying to say? Wait. Yuji, stand up so fast my chair almost flips
朝
over.
から彼女をおんぶしてラブラブ投稿だ。見せつけてくれるじゃねえか。いいな。俺も彼女欲しいな。
This man is actually just so fucking annoying. This man will see the MC with a girl once. Like, they've literally, literally never seen him hang out before. He'll see him with a girl once and immediately be like, oh, that's your girlfriend. Shut the fuck up. Come on. He saw us.
見てた。バッチリとな。キューって彼女がお前に抱きついてただろ。このむっつりスケベ。何が女の子は苦手なんだよ。
Yuji suddenly grabs a hold of my collar and pulls close.
さあ、どういう馴れ初めだったか白状しやがるってんだ。
The whole class is staring at us because of the ruckus Yuji is raising. I blush and try to stammer out an explanation. No, stupid! It's not like that. She looked like she was having problems, so I just helped her out. And so on. I relate the whole story to Yuji. I think he believes in me, but that doesn't wipe the stupid grin off his face. When he's acting like this, I can really tell he's Tamane's brother.
保健室まで連れてったのか？でも当然あの子の名前くらい聞いたんだろ。あとクラスとか血液型とか。
What's the point of that? I reply without thinking.
バカ。そういう機会を有効活用しないでどうやって彼女作るつもりなんだよお前は。
You make it sound like a ulterior motives. She needed help, so I helped her. That was it.
心づけだよ心づけ。積極的に自分を織り込むのがかっこ悪いってのは一意見としては聞いておいてやるけどな。それくらいの接点残してもいいだろ。自分の気持ちに正直になれない方がよっぽどかっこ悪いぜ。
That's the thing though, he's not being dishonest with himself. Like, the issue, this right now isn't the issue that he's being dishonest with himself. That is always that was the issue with Sasara's route, and that was the issue with Konomi's route. That's also why I think the lecture that Tamane gave him was a bit early. Because right now he's in no situation where he's being dishonest about himself due to him like being, oh, not go with girls, not go with girls. That's not the current situation. He actually really just saw a girl in trouble and was like, I can't fucking leave this like that. I'll help her, I guess. Like, that was actively the only reason he helped. It's not like a secret, oh, maybe maybe I want her to be indebted to me. Maybe I want her to have a good image of me. Maybe I want her to, like, maybe at some point in the future fall for me. Literally nothing like that is happening. The only thing he had going was, I'll feel fucking terrible if I just leave her alone, and I got a fucking image at school to keep up. He says with a completely straight face.
俺だったらランチをご一緒にしませんかまで言ってるぞ。っていうか地球人なら絶対に言う。お前がおかしい。絶対におかしい。病院に行け。
Yuji's volume steadily increases. I just stand and listen with one ear. That gentle feeling, though. Warm sensation of Rand. I'd be lying if I said I have no regrets. Soon lunchtime has begun. I missed breakfast and I had to carry a girl up a slope, so I spent the whole morning sleeping on the night desk.
本当に大丈夫か？授業を休んで保健室で寝ててもよかったんじゃないのか？
The infirmary.
どうした？
Nah. Yuji suddenly laughs. What?
そっか。そうだよな。
Yuji grins at the look of my
保健
face.
室にはあの子がいるかもしれなかったんだよな。添い寝になっちゃうか？
Stupid! How could we sleep together? contrary to my yelling, I kind of do want to see her now. My face grows a little warm. Shit, I should have just left her there.
嘘つけ。お前にそんな大それたことなんかできねえよ。お前、お人よしだからな。女が苦手なくせに、女には甘い。
Whimper. I have no comeback for that. I want to say something to my defense, but only self-incriminating things come to mind.
まあ、女の話は合コンするときにとっておいて、お前は何食う?
Yuji looks over the menu. Combo ale extra large. I haven't had anything this morning, so I need a big lunch.
俺もそうしとくかな。じゃ、買ってきてやるから、お前は席確保しといてくれよ。
Okay. I scout for an empty table and Yuji queues up at the lunch ticket machine. There are a lot of people today. Normally many. Can't even find a seat. But clearly they're serving quickly since Yuji's already almost at the front of the line. Where are we gonna sit? I'm looking around, a sharp voice comes from the rowdy crowd. Can't say it's dialect. Come to think of it, the girl this morning also had that accent. There really aren't a lot of people in our school who speak that way. I normally hardly hear it at all. Her image pops into my mind at the end. I instinctively look in the direction of the voice. The face I see turns out to be the other twin. You're the girl from earlier. I blurt out, but this girl is looking at me like she's never seen me before. She looks me up and down consideringly. She steps closer but doesn't show even the slightest recollection of this morning's incident. I mean, I wasn't expecting any gratitude or anything, but to be so thoroughly forgotten is kind of discouraging. It'd be even more embarrassing to make a big deal of it and try to make her remember though. Yuji. Yuji shows up with 2 platters in his hands. Seeing the girl, he starts to laugh again.
なんだよ。アピールしてないって言っておきながら、こんな憎たらしい演出考えてたのか?
Hey now. Yuji ignores me and continues to stare at the girl.
頭に2つのお団子、遠くからでも覚えてるよ。この子だろう。お前が今朝、おんぶして学校まで運んだって女の子。
今朝おんぶ?
She suddenly gets serious, alerted by something Yuji said. She's glaring at me venomously now.
今朝おんぶしたのって。
I stutter. She glares at me silently.
おい、どういうことだよ。お前が助けた女の子ってこの子じゃないのか?
I thought she was. She looks downright angry. What's going on? Not about to thank me, that's for sure. But rather. Huh? The girl lowers her head and murmurs something under her breath. It's really noisy in the cafeteria, so I couldn't hear most of it. Pissed. No, not that. I don't think so. And what is she saying? The girl sucks in a huge breath and shouts so loud the whole cafeteria can hear. It's gonna be like a rapist or something. Fucking knew it. I know why I decided to fucking throw this thing into the air, but I fucking knew that this was coming, and that is just straight up fucking rude. Like, literally all she heard is, carried her to school. Like, based on how much of a fucking space case Sango is. I assume that one is Sango, since she said Sanchan or something. She probably didn't tell her. However, she was very evidently at the infirmary. And she wasn't the one who brought her here. And no, she's a space case, so she probably wouldn't fucking go herself. Unless she wanted to fucking sleep. So literally, all she heard is someone helped her sister. Rapist. Everyone freezes in place, and then as one, all heads swivel towards me, every single person staring my direction gaping. Someone drops a spoon, probably due to the shock of it all. Silent cafeteria resounds with its crisp cling. And with that, the spell of silence is broken. What?! I'm thrown into a state of complete shock. What is she saying? Did she really just say that? Say what she said? While I panic, the girl takes off. Wait! Come to and sense the hatred radiating towards me from all directions. Everyone, male or female, is looking at me with contempt. No! I didn't do anything! I didn't! Nothing like that happened! No one seems to believe me, of course. To them, I'm just a stranger. They haven't the slightest reason to believe me. Yuji, you saw what happened this morning. Tell them it's not what happened. Tell them! Yuji! After shaking for a while, he finally comes out of his confusion with a serious look. He says, No! Just as I'm about to explain, someone passed me on the shoulder. Could this be? A teacher. Sir, I really didn't do anything. Not a thing. I swear. And so I have no choice but to follow pitifully after him. Why? This can't be. I'm innocent! Good night. I bow respectfully and leave the counselor's office. Immediately beat his ass. I jerk my head around at the voice from behind. Yuji, you.
ちゃんと証言台には立ってやっただろ。今朝問題のことは仲良さげで、それから昼休みまでは一度も会ってないはずだってな。
Oh, thanks. In the end, it's taken all the way until the end of school for me to persuade him. Can't really tell how much Yuji's statement helped, but I hadn't actually done anything. But since I hadn't actually done anything, the teacher finally let me go after a lecture about not harassing girls. I'm let off due to insufficient evidence, but the damage is done. No one is going to accept that weak resolution. I get depressed just thinking about the days ahead. There's only one way to handle this. Go away. Can't help but yell at him after making fun of my situation. No, I'm gonna find that girl. Yes, her. The one who I diligently carried to school this morning. The one that called me a rapist at noon. I'll find her. And I don't really have much of a lead on who she is. Everyone was busy staring at me, so when she dashed away like that, no one even got a good look at her. Moreover, even if they did, I don't think anyone would divulge the name of a presumed victim. But it's not like she's a ghost. The girl's definitely at the school. Finding her really shouldn't be all that difficult. And when I do, I'll just have to tell the truth. Have her tell the truth.
真相を知ろうとしたら、お前の隠されたおぞましい過去まで暴かれてしまうかもしれないんだぞ。
Oh, so you do think I did something wrong, huh? I grab Yuji's collar and slowly press my elbow to his neck. Maybe I actually will commit a crime right here.
Stop! 冗談だって。
I let Yuji
協力
go.
してやるよ。親友だろ。きっと好みや姉貴も分かってくれるって。
Yuji. Feels somewhat relieved hearing that. I have a feeling he's right about Konami and Tamane believing in me too. That's one small salvation still left.
だけど、どうやって探すつもりだ？俺も顔は見たけど、写真あるわけじゃないし。
Yeah, without a photo, there are plenty of cute girls with twin buns around. You don't even know what grade she's in. Sure, we'll find her eventually, but thinking about how rotten my reputation will be during that time, my outlook is grim. In retrospect, I really should have at least asked her name. Who are you? This isn't really a big school, so if I do happen to see her again, even just for a split second, I just have to be sure to chase her to the very edge of the world if I have to. Another deep sigh. Yeah, right, like that's gonna happen. Someone's walking towards us. We move out of the way for the person to pass. The girl walking right in front of me. She looks familiar somehow. Those cute buns on her head. Ah! I inspect her up and down once again, no doubt about it. This is the girl I carried this morning. And also the one who called me a rapist at lunch. I jump at her, grab her shoulders, and push her to the wall. She seems confused but unconcerned, just looking at me. I am calm! Probably saying that more to myself than him. But wait, why am I doing this? Right now, not only am I calm, my whole mind is blank. What am I going to ask her again? So I just stare at each other, our nose practically touching. The rage cooled off completely, but gradually my face gets warm for another reason. Come on, say some. I'm at lost for words. I suddenly stand there looking at the girl's eyes. When she suddenly brightens up, she claps her hands and smiles. Then she jumps up and throws her arms around me in a hug. Huh? Huh? This almost seems like she... No, I'm totally lost. What the hell is going on? Wait, stop! I unhook her, set her down in front of me, and look at her. This morning, the girl I carried to school, that was you, right? That part is important. Can't help but stutter a little. But she immediately smiles sweetly and says crisply. Okay, one down. This is she. I continued my line of questioning. Did I perhaps do something bad that made you angry this morning? She looks a little upset at the very idea of such a misunderstanding. Then at lunch, did I unintentionally do something you didn't like? Still not ringing a bell, apparently. Face a lot of confusion. Okay, then, so I've never done anything that angered her. So why did you call me a rapist? No. And of course she pulls out her most bewildered look yet. Her head is actually wobbling about in confusion. But you know what happened. She called me that rather firmly and loudly. I was even taken to the counselor's office. I'm starting to get confused too. Look, at noon we saw each other in the cafe, right? It's apparently news to her. What? My turn to be surprised. She didn't see me. That's pretty impossible, but take a really good look at her again. Doesn't look like she's messing with me. I'm so certain I saw her at lunch. She claps again to herself, remembering something. Gotta be. Accompanied by a loud shriek, footsteps charged down the hallway at me. Huh? I turn around to meet the new voice, and a book bag crushes my face. Oh! What the hell was that for? I shake myself to try and gather my wits again, and I finally notice just who threw a bag at me. Ah! It's her again! But two identical faces. Are they? Twins. The one called Ruri now completely ignores me, running up to the one called Sun. She considers answering, but turns bright red instead, but immediately she shakes the thought away. After the blushing dies down, she continues. This seems to be getting complicated. The girl called Ruri starts to press against me, but I don't really get what she's talking about. I mean, she said not to get close to the Sanchan, but what does that even mean? As Ruri glares at me, Sanchan lightly bonks her on the head. Tears well up in her eyes as she protests. Finally, Ruri breaks down into tears. May I just say that I currently have no fucking, not even a shred of fucking consideration towards her, considering she openly accused someone of rape. Like, this is, like, I know this is a funny visual novel thing, but, the game literally just said that the entire school immediately believed her and started to fucking scrutinize him and treat him like an actual fucking criminal. That's not nice. Unless she herself is the one to clear up the misunderstanding, he will literally be treated like a fucking criminal by the entire school. That's not okay. Like, people are always like, oh, fucking violent, punches MC, like, that's bad. Yes, it is bad if it's not, like, put on as, like, in, like, a comical light. Like, it is fun, like, it's not that bad if it's literally just, like, overblown, like, oh, yes, punched him outside of a room, but in reality, you probably, like, hit him in the fucking shoulder and he left. It's just being exaggerated for the sake of comedy in most cases. However, this shit will ruin someone's life. Quite frankly. Don't do this. It makes me immediately hate the character. Sanchan gently pats Ruri's head. After a while, Ruri starts to calm down. Her wailing quietens to a whimper. Yuji and I watch in awe as we piece together the situation. To put it simply, the one I carried to school this morning is the Sanchan, and of course the one who called me a rapist at noon is Ruri. Still don't know if that was a misunderstanding with Ruri or if she meant to do it. I'm not sure if I should tell her about the lunchtime incident. Seems like it might be a hassle, so I'll just let it slide. Even though she's not really mad at Ruri, it would seem Sanchan is still the older sister. Incidentally, this girl has a cute name, Himayuri Sango, but her sister refers to her as Sanchan. Sango must be very special to Ruri. Ruri apologized to me right away after seeing her sister getting upset. It's okay, I guess it's kind of my fault too for mistaking you two. It seems like it was just a big misunderstanding. Shut up the peanut gallery with a quick punch to the gut. I seriously don't want this to go on any longer. If it can't be resolved like this, then all is good. So let's just let this pass. Can finally rest. And then Sango says with an adorable smile.
やっぱり高明人や
Not at all. I could be a horrible person for all you can tell. Ruri suddenly glares at me again. Is something wrong? Was there something else?
そうや忘れとった。うちずーっと高明探しててん。
What me? Why?
だって高明今朝さっさと行ってしまってもお礼したかったのに。
Repay me this morning. Nah, no need. It was no big deal. I'm actually kinda happy, but it's a bit embarrassing, so I demur. Besides, it's not like I did it for gratitude, so I think I'll pass. But at the same time, I can't just let her feelings go to waste. Maybe she sees me hesitate. Maybe because she sees me hesitate, she becomes a bit upset and walks towards me.
高明人やもん。お礼せなあかんもん。
Shoot, I guess I'll have to accept it. Alright, but nothing too fancy, please.
大丈夫や。むちゃくちゃ簡単やから。
Sango weighs me closer. I step up to her, but she keeps gesturing impatiently for me to come closer still. Looking at her face from this distance is embarrassing, so I turn my head away a little.
あかん。こっち向いて。
And so I have no choice but to face her again. All of a sudden, something appears right in front of me. Huh? What the fuck? Huh? 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 For a moment, I can't comprehend what is happening. But soon, the tender feeling of her lips and the sweet scent of her body shoot directly into my brain. Ah! Jump back as we're blown away, leaving Sango standing there looking at me. What's going on?
チュー気持ちようなかった？
That's not the issue here. I think I'm beginning to lose my mind, but I still managed to ask her, why did you just kiss me?
だからお礼。あとルリちゃんのことのお詫び。
Wait!
せえへんの高明は好きな人にはみんなチューするんとちゃうん？
Love? As in that love?
ラブラブ高明好き好き。
What? Out of the blue, just like that? Things are progressing so quickly, even the eternal optimist Yuji is looking at me in disbelief. I'm way more confused than he is. How can she say she loves me for something simple like that? At first implies Sang, on the other hand, completely oblivious to my confusion, simply continues to giggle. She just stares at me. But seeing her pure smile, I ditched that thought right away. How'd I do? And how this happened? A wave of bloodthirst rages through the hallway. I finally notice Ruri's glare. I have a sinking feeling I know what's about to happen. I move to counter it. You see, her anger erupts in a scream that echoes throughout the school.
このスケ
Without a chance of escape, I suffer massive damage to my crotch from Ruri-chan's knee. Critical hit! My world begins to turn white. Before consciousness completely slips away, I realize one thing. Why did Ruri act so hostile at lunch? I now know the answer. That was awkward. Extremely awkward. Suddenly, calm down! Calm! Come on, Heart. But it did feel good. Idiot! 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 What are you thinking, stupid? Pervert! Degenerate! That was rude! Rude! Now calm down and reflect on the cold hard facts. No! 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 No, I'm not! I'm not guilty! I need to set these feelings aside and not get worked up about a misunderstanding. Man, I'm tired, but I can't sleep. What if I dream about it? 13th. I didn't get enough sleep. Sucks being young.
どうしたのタカ君具合悪そうだけど。
I'm fine. It's just a little worn out. Crap, I'm spacing out so much even Konami is starting to get worried. Calm down. It's no big deal. Like you said, it was just an apology. Sure felt cut down. Wait, no, it didn't feel good at all. And now, I'm just making excuses to myself. This stinks. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's all resolved, so there shouldn't be anything between us now. I'm free. At last, freedom. She's right behind me, isn't she? Ah, someone's staring at me. Look around and locate the source. I mean, what I said is true in a way. I was wrong about the person, but danger was behind him. Yeah, he's got that scheming look. I learned long ago that when Tamane has this look, something bad is definitely gonna happen. Tamane, why are you giving me such a wicked look? It's not sweet at all. Ah, wait! Tamane grabs my head and puts me in arm lock. Huh? How's Tamane know about that? You dirty bastard. You rat bastard. I really ordered him to tell nobody. Tamane and I sigh. Indeed, her innocence is more precious than any treasure. Ah! 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 Push away Amane's arm, scream at the top of my lungs, and wave Konami away. Konami completely ignores me, excited to hear the story, and Tamane continues ruthlessly. Tamane! Now I'm charging towards her, but she just smoothly dodges and announces proudly. No! It was forced on me! I was hoping for that to happen! I was hoping for I was hoping for her to tell the school that I'm not a rapist. We aren't actually siblings, One-sama. Konami watches me wordlessly, shocked, because I can't hide it anymore. In that case, before Tamane makes the situation any worse, I'll just tell her the truth. It's really nothing like what you're imagining. It was just a simple thanks, like how foreigners greet each other. I carried her to school because she couldn't walk, so she thanks me. So to thank me, she kissed me. That's all. Tamane suddenly asks. I respond right away. How could it be? I just carried her for a while. This is a manga. That kind of stuff isn't gonna start any romance. Yeah, I couldn't. There's no way such a simple yet extremely passionate girl could exist. Nobody would fall in love that easily. I mean, think about it. If girls fell in love just about for being carried, that'd be a worldwide boom in girl carrying. But throughout recorded history, the world has never seen such a trend. Therefore, carrying a girl equals love is absolutely false. So it's of no importance. Just a simple, suddenly an aura of unfamiliar emotion washes over me from behind, derailing my train of thought. This feeling, it's coming closer. Ah! Someone suddenly shouts behind me and I turn around to face it. Sango! Tamane quietly consults Yuji. A vague turn of phrase, but that look on his face gives it away clear as day. I'm gonna kill him. For the sake of the human race. But Yuji isn't the top priority right now. I have to deal with Sango first. I suppose happening indoor on the way to school could be just a coincidence, but still. What's up? Why are you here? You're waiting for someone. Try to keep my voice casual. Sango's spirited reply comes right away. Oh no, she's imprinted. Who's that? Which Takaki? Oh great. Where does this guy live? Before she answers, Yuji consolingly pats my shoulder. I mean, good thing that he stopped him because she probably would have rattled down his entire address. I don't want to. What's up? You want something? You want to settle the score? That would have been so much better. And have a nice trip! I feebly wave goodbye to Sango-chan. It's gay! We are in the same class, we're in the same grade anyway. As I'm frantically casting around for more objections, Sango starts to get upset. I'm not accepting my fate because the moment the other one shows up, I'm gonna be accused of being a rapist again. Tamane! Stalk towards Tamane, but suddenly someone takes my hand. I stagger momentarily and look around. Sango holds my left hand tightly in hers. What are you doing? ask in the most calm and gentle tone I can manage. Sango smiles beatifically and
手
says,
つなぐねん
holding
一
hands.
緒に学校行くから手つなぐねん
I think March just stopped for precisely 3 seconds. Why are we going to school? Why are we going to hold hands and walk to school? Do you want to get me killed? I can feel irrational thoughts slipping away. I don't even know how to describe my feelings right now. The next sentence makes me think Sango might secretly
ラ
hate
ブ
me.
ラブやもんうちと高明
Ah! Ah! I can feel the icy look stabbing me from all sides. Yesterday I was just a guy who was bad with women, but today I've suddenly become a rapist and a pervert. Someone, anyone, please do something about this absurd situation. Don't. Monkey's paw, genie wish. Fucking Rudy's gonna come over here and kick your ass. I plead with the heavens, and then fucking knew it. Oh, yeah, that was almost perfect. I threw it in the fucking crate of drinks and it hopped onto the table. Then it fell off. It was almost perfect. Oh! Oh! Huh?
サンちゃんを離せ変態
Ow! Turn around just in time for a familiar book-backed slam into my face. I desperately pray that my nose is still attached to my face. But even that concern recedes into the distance. My consciousness is rapidly fading. Can't think anymore, much less get angry. As I drift off, I realize that heavens have answered my prayer. Soon all my suffering will be over. Ouch, hurts. No, there's more people staring at me throughout the day, and their numbers increasing constantly. Has the rumor already spread?
なってるっていうかもうこの学校で知らない奴はいないな
Yuji gleefully reassures me of my infamy.
サンゴちゃんだっけあの子お前とのこと聞かれてラブラブと答えてるそうだ
And since the other concerned party was lying unconscious on the classroom, this is the result. Yuji pats me on the shoulder as I lament my fate. His actions imply he's trying to comfort me, but his eyes are still laughing. Jerk.
よかったじゃねえか彼女できて女嫌いのくせに
Yuji? Yuji's hand grips my shoulder harder and harder. The blood vessels on his hand pop out visibly as he strains.
僕たちの熱き友情はどこへ行ったのかな
I think that one ended fucking routes ago. Ow, 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 that hurts!
この恋愛ブルジョワジーめてめえみたいなラブコメ野郎がこの世にいるから結婚できない不幸な男が難民と化すんだよ
He's not a pickup artist. If anything, you're the pickup artist. It's just that you're so bad at it that you never succeed. The veins in his neck strain as well, and his broad smile has become a frozen rictus. This guy seriously wants to kill me.
死んでサンゴちゃんを俺によこせ
Ah! Yuji bears down on my shoulder as if to crush it, and then he shakes me back and forth like he's trying to rattle my brains out. Shake off his hands and throw a punch at him. Stop it already! I actually use a very little force, but Yuji pretends I actually heard him, crouching down and holding his stomach. What are you getting all excited for? Jeez.
モテモテ君にはわかんねえよ恋愛大貧民の気持ちはよ
Ask yourself why that might be. Yuji turns away and mumbles. Jesus, I don't get this guy. But never mind this. There's a bigger issue. I need to find out what Sango is thinking. Why she says she loves me. All we had was a short trip from that wall to school. She kissed me to thank me, and then the next day we've become lovey-dovey. This is just too fast. Girls. Do girls really fall in love from little things like that? Yuji's expression has changed. He looks pretty serious. He looks pretty serious now and lets out a little
そ
sigh.
んなもんだって女ってのはつまらないことで大喜びするもんさお前にとってはつまらないことでも彼女には大事なことだったんだよ
Trivial, huh? Might be onto something. That trivial event got me into all these
俺はお
problems.
前の女嫌い直すいいきっかけになると思うけどな
It's not fear. I'm just not comfortable around
似
him.
たようなもんだろ
No, there's
ど
a
こが違うん
difference.
だよ
There's a difference, actually.
姉貴や好み以外の女から逃げ回ってだけどどうしても嫌ってんならはっきりサンゴちゃんに言った方がいいぜ別に嫌いとかじゃなくても付き合う気がないとかさ時間が経てば こじれるだけじゃねえか。周りもサンゴちゃんも誤解しっぱなしで、気づいたら結納ってこともあり得るぞ。
Oh, come on. What did I? But Yuji actually does have a point. Right now, Yuji and I are the only ones who understand how I feel. Everyone else, including Tamane and Kunami, is still under a misunderstanding. And it's not like I dislike girls. It's just I'm not comfortable around them. And although I may just be a little, I'm interested in stuff like love. It's essential. It's an essential part of human life, after all. Maybe this just sounds naive, but I know Sango and I aren't like that. Alright, I'll go find her after school and sort it out.
ようやく踏ん切りがついたか。なら、いいことを教えてやろう。サンゴちゃんは放課後は大抵コンピュータ室にいるそうだ。
How do you know that? Computer lab.
いい情報だったろ。
Yuji, why do you know that?
その代わり、
Yuji takes my shoulder and lean in and
サン
whisper.
ゴちゃんに俺のこと売り込んでくれよ。
Should have seen that coming. Computer lab. Like, just smile at him and tell him, like, I'll tell Ruri that you're trying to get with her sister. Just like watch the gates of hell open. Computer lab. Pursuing Yuji's lead, I head to the computer lab after school and find Sango and clear up this old relationship mess. Computer lab. What's Sango doing there? From what Yuji said, this seems to be a regular occurrence. Computer lab is actually a special classroom that just opened this year. Rumor says that they only decided to turn that room into a computer lab back in February. Even though it's been open for a month, I haven't paid it a visit yet. Of course, other classrooms have computers too, but they're mostly just filling up empty desks. There aren't a lot around, and most of them are obsolete junk. I guess that explains the plan to refurbish the classroom, buy some new computers, and design a computer lab. I heard they are even connected to the internet, which sounds interesting. The place is usually locked, probably to prevent vandalism or misuse. Even the clubs don't get to use it. Yet Sango is apparently there regularly enough to start a rumor about it. Seems a little odd. What is she doing in there anyway? Ah, here it is. It's actually rather easy to find. Although I've never used it, I still remember where to go. Pausing in front of the door, I take a deep breath. The tough part starts now. I'll have to talk to her, tell her the bad news, reject her feeling. If I don't get it just right, she might just start crying. But I have to sort this mess out. I do sympathize with her, but I can't just keep up the charade forever. I have to be firm, for both their sakes. Get ready, knock on the door, and open it before anyone answers. Excuse me! Silence feels a bit oppressive, making me all fidgety as I make my way inside. Momentum and will deflate in stony silence, but I can't back down now. I keep walking around looking for her. Where is she? So quiet that I can't imagine anyone is around at all. And a shrill voice suddenly fills the room. Out of the blue, a girl jumps towards me, grabs hold, and spins around me under the momentum of her leap. Barely managed to not fall down under the onslaught. In front of me, of course, is that brilliant smile. Sango! Once again, the familiar celebratory pose and that peculiar greeting. Great, now I'm starting to talk like her. Come on, stay firm. Don't let her lead you by the nose. I hurriedly detached Sango to set her down and psych myself up. Alright, let's do this. I have something important to tell you. Huh? Before I even finish my opening line, Sango has already started to speak again. I can't get a word in edgewise. What was I gonna say? Still trying to recover my equilibrium. I blink as Sango grabs my hand and pulls me up to her computer. I'm losing control of things rapidly. What I'm doing. I can blame myself all I want, but it's not gonna get me out of this. I feel so powerless. Jeez, this always happens when I'm around a girl. I'm so helpless. Self-fate times 3. That's fucking cute. Fucking got Smarties. How do I even bring up the topic? Watching the culprit who has so easily derailed my plans, I ponder. Sango's computer is surrounded by plushies. Nice ones at that. Seems like she has already made the space her own. Wait, is this kind of personalization actually okay? What did you want to show me? Puppet all in game, perhaps? Not really into that kind of thing, but whatever it is, she's awfully enthusiastic about it. She is smiling so happily. And these are the secret files of the president's computer. I'm gonna talk about parting ways when she's like this. As I'm thinking about a way to retreat, I see something unbelievable. Well, actually, I can't see it at all. What? Sango's hands at the keyboard are invisible. More accurately, she's moving them so fast that, to me, they blurred into invisibility. Sango types at an unbelievable speed. Windows appear at fantastic rates, flitting across the screen. Her fingers fly. Not only does she type at a blazing speed, but the whole time I've watched her, she's never touched the mouse. Given that when I met her, she exhibited her rather sloth-like behavior, the sight is surreal. Are you really Sango? Or are you perhaps the third sister?
うちの妹はルリちゃんだけやけど。
Oh, Sango answers without stopping her mad typing. Even when she glances aside, her hands never slow down, and I haven't seen any error messages pop up or anything. Strings of letters, pictures, and shapes appear on the screen endlessly. She must be using a powerful program. Can't really tell what it is, since I'm not very good with computers.
すごいやろこれ、うちの新作やね。
Oh, she looks quite proud of it. She made this program herself, huh? I wonder what it's for. Can't really figure it out. Press on, despite being awestruck by her obvious skills. So, what is the software anyway? No, I'm not here for that, but I'm curious. Is it a game? Sango doesn't seem to get upset at the question. She smiles and answers.
友達
Mind goes blank for a second. A friend.
友達
A friend. What does she mean by friend? Maybe it's a code name? As I'm getting more and more confused, I feel something poke my stomach. Sango's hands have left the keyboard. So what's poking me? Have never left the keyboard. So what's poking me? I look down to the source of the mystery. Turns out to be it's a bear. Well, bear plushie. Also, it's standing up, and as if responding to my yells, the other plushies around the computer all turn to look at me as well. Are these
うちとルリちゃんの友達
friends? I inspect the plushie army from a safe distance. They all look like real plushies. Half of them are looking at each other, some gesturing as if speaking. Some are watching the screen attentively, and some are doing the same odd celebratory greeting pose towards me that Sango likes to do. Suddenly, the pieces all come together. These must all be robots. Toy robots have been around for a while now, so that program Sango was using must be some to control these robots. Did you make all of these?
友達100人作るね
Well, I guess that's one way to make friends. Unusual, but it's still very impressive. I'm no expert at this, but even I can tell it's not easy to make these. I want to take a better look, so I pick up Teddy's nickname, pending improving it for a bit back and forth, but I thought Teddy, nickname pending approval, was just hugging my hand, but now the pain shoots through my wrist. Ow! It hurts so much I can't even speak. Excruciating pain makes me start to panic and my hand completely paralyzed. Sango has been watching me confusedly with her mouth agape, but now she seems to have finally figured it out.
みっちゃん新しい友達いじめたらあかんよ
The plushie, apparently Michan, jumps to the floor and slowly walks towards Sango. What was that? That didn't look like some computer glitch.
ごめんなみっちゃん怒りっぽいから
It's angry easily. That totally surprised me. Nowadays, most robots come with emotions programmed in, but they are upset at max. Things like anger wouldn't get added in. After all, it may cause harm to the user if a robot gets angry. Books on robots wouldn't even mention the possibility of them getting angry. What's more, I'm not quite sure why this plushie got angry in the first
みっ
place.
ちゃんいじめはかっこ悪いでかわいそうやろ高明がまだ友達になったばっかやのに
Sango patiently explains to Teddy, nicknamed pending approval, why it was a bad thing to do. Her tone is like that of a teacher lecturing little kids. Teddy, nicknamed pending approval, begins to wave its hand, trying to express something. It seems Sango can understand this odd form of communication, so he nods periodically. After Teddy, nicknamed pending approval, has made its case, I guess Sango comes to me and bops me on the head. Huh? She didn't use any force, but I feel like I'm being chastised.
高明が一番かっこ悪い
What? Completely lost. Sango stares at me and
みっ
says,
ちゃん高明はスケベや言うてる
Dirty! Did I do
だっ
something?
て高明女の子の大股覗いたやんか
What? When? Where? Whose? I swear I've never done that in my life. Well, no, a long time ago I might have seen Konomi's when we were bathing there, but we were kids. Sango sees my surprise, so she picks up the victim and puts it in front of my nose.
高木、ごめんなさいわ。
Huh? Sango, that's a stuffed bear. What? Could it be? Teddy is a girl. What a huge surprise. As I kind of assumed it was male after I gave it the name Teddy. Just then, Teddy, female, starts to get all rowdy in Sango's hands, perhaps by calling her Teddy. I've upset her maiden heart. She's a girl, though. That was pretty bad. I flipped her up and down and even looked at her butt.
高木、ちゃんと謝らんとわかんで。
I stand still and look at Teddy, female. Nickname still pending approval. Doesn't have expressions or anything. After all, it's still just a plushie on the outside. But somehow I can feel its anger towards me. Don't really know if robots have hearts or souls or whatever. I've heard of attempts to create some like a soul in a robot, but technical barriers always cause setbacks. Even the world's top robotic manufacturer, Kurusugawa Electronics, seemed to have given up after some grave experimental failures. So even though a lot of robots are advertised to have emotions, none of them can do anything like this. So if Teddy, nickname pending approval, is really responding by itself, it'd be an amazing accomplishment. Still, sorry, Michan. This looked very silly, apologizing, blushy. Seems like the right thing to do. I'll just act like I've mistaken a real girl for a boy. Imagining how I'd apologize in that case makes it a bit easier to pretend here. Teddy, nickname pending approval, bonks my head once. After I lift my head, I see Teddy, nickname pending approval, making waving gestures again. Feel like it's saying something like I forgive you.
そやけど、みっちゃん、思ったより反応ええな。頭無線で繋いどるから、とろいかな思ったけど、わっちゃんにレポート書いて送ったら。
She types much slower now and stops to think once in a while, perhaps unaccustomed to writing reports. Then she stops, looks at me, and shows me her usual
どない
smile.
したん？
Sango slowly slants her hand. She doesn't seem to have noticed. Nah, maybe she's just used to it. It doesn't bother her. On my head, I'm able to see up there. I wriggle around a bit trying to peer up at it. Finally, I catch a glimpse of what has climbed on my head. Teddy, what are you doing? Yep, it's Teddy, nickname pending approval. That one that was angry at me just a second ago, but now it's clinging onto the top of my head and won't come down. Have I done something wrong again? Sango corrects a mistake impression with a
みっ
giggle.
ちゃん、高明のことが気に入ったんや。ちゃんと謝ってくれたのが男らしいんやて。
Oh, Teddy Bear is calling me manly. Well, I guess I should think of her as a
ラブラ
girl.
ブや。
Plushies can be lovely dude too. It's getting worse. I don't think I came out of the plan. I can't possibly bring up that topic now and ruin this wonderful atmosphere. This gave you a hint though. This gave you a hint. She called just you getting along with him, getting along with the Teddy, lovey-dovey. So clearly, she views even just something like a friendship between a boy and a girl as being lovey-dovey. It does not need to be a relationship. It is just a friendship that she views as lovey-dovey. AKA, she is too open about her feelings. Like, she says love when it's like, essentially. Like a friendly like. I mean. Also, I don't know why I'm doing this. Playing the music box to play the BGM. I could turn our relationship for the verse in a way no simple apology can fix. What should I do? Sango stares at the monitor, apparently realizing something.
もうこんな時間や。はよ帰らんと。
I look at my watch too. School's gonna close soon. It's already so late.
いつもやったら、ルリちゃんがおるから教えてくれるんねんけどな。
Ruri. That's Sango's youngest sister. Now she mentions that Ruri has been conspicuously absent the whole time I've been here. She's been doing her best to stop me from getting close to Sango. I wonder why she hasn't shown up yet. Two of us have been here together for a while now. She went home already today.
そうやったらええんやけど。
That's an unusual expression for
ル
her.
リちゃん、最近プンプンなんや。高明と仲良したら怒るねん。ラブラブちゃうんかな。高明、優しいのに。
Sango puts the stuff into her bag, picks up the plushies, and begins to walk out of the lab. Seems like the adjacent room is prepared just for these girls. I assume the plushies are all girls to live in. These plushies must be Sango's personal property and to have their own home too. Get a strange feeling that the computer lab was made just for Sango.
なあなあ、高明、 坂の下まで一緒やろ。一緒に帰ろうな。
Can't come up with any excuse not to go with her, so we walked to the shoe racks together. Also, again, by the way, there was another hint. Maybe she isn't lovey-dovey with you, even though you're so kind. Clearly, she views lovey-dovey not as what it is, but as friendship. Just getting along. Like, she would probably say that he is lovey-dovey with Konumi and Tamane as well. I don't know why I keep doing this. Also, it works better like this. Well, now it just doesn't want to work overall. Anyways, can't come up with an excuse not to go with her, so we walked to the shoe rack together. Unfortunately, school's about to close. There's almost no one around, so at least there won't be any witnesses. Otherwise, there's further evidence that Sango and I are together will probably spread like wildfire. Sango was definitely not a bad person, that much I know. But I get a headache just thinking about what might happen tomorrow. Maybe I should just let it be. Rumors never will last. It's not like I'm interested in her. If I just don't go see her for a while, it should all go back to normal. But given Sango's nature, I abandoned that thought immediately. It's just not gonna work. Even if I don't go to see her, she'll be seeking me out. Sango suddenly grabs onto me with her right hand as if afraid I might run away. I want to get this straightened out no matter what, but I just can't bring myself to tell her. I must be an idiot, but when I see her hand, the sensation of that moment flashes in my mind. I can see my body getting hotter. This is a bit embarrassing. Just those few words exhaust all of my willpower. When I ask her to stop, but when the warmth of her petite hand spreads to mine, I get so nervous I might just faint. Sango retracts her hand with a disappointed expression. Well, I'd like to pass on that too, if possible. But right then, something smashes into my back and a faceplant. Ow! I forgot to watch my back. There are only 3 people in this world that would do something like this, and 2 of them can be discounted in this situation. Therefore, the culprit must be Ruri. So she hasn't gone home. Ruri stands between me and Sango, glaring.
Ruri-chan? また高明いじめる。いじめかっこ悪いで。いじめちゃうもん。地球の平和守ってんねんもん。正義の味方が怪獣やっつけてもええのと同じやもん。
Well, at least she's made her thoughts on the topic of me very clear. Looks like she's ready to bite. A retort dies on my lips. With a mixture of relief and guilt, I simply give in. Never mind, I won't get in your way. I'll go home by myself. Jesus, can't even make up a better excuse. Allowing that excuse leaves a really bad taste in my mouth. I watch as the 2 extremes walk away. Yes, come to think of it, there are 2 problems here. Though if I can resolve the situation with Sango, Ruri should disappear automatically. But I just missed that chance. I'm gonna get kicked around by Ruri every day now. I sigh and walk to my shoe locker. I get a sense of feeling as my hand touches the cabinet. What's this premonition? Not heeding it, I open the locker and throw my shoes out onto the ground. It's nearing closing time and the gates are about to close. Now isn't the time to idle about. Putting my shoes in a rush. Ah! Ow, ow, ow. Ah, the bottom of my foot hurts as it's been pierced through. Roll around on the floor and rip the shoes off. It's like it's hurting like hell. It's still hurting like hell, so I gingerly feel around the bottom of my foot. Huh, what's this? Something stuck onto my foot. It's round on one side and the needle on the other side sticks into my foot. A thumbtack? How odd. I had to drop into my shoe. Maybe I took my shoe off near a bulletin board. I don't think so. What could this be? Bullying. Cancel it. Oh, there's another one of those. This time we're actually supposed to say a science trivia book. Grab a science trivia book and open it. Why is an image left to right reversed in a mirror? Topic jumps out at me. Come to think of it, it is strange that it's not reversed vertically, but it is reversed horizontally. I read on. Why does the image in a mirror become reversed horizontally? Why does it stay the same vertically? While this is a common question, it's actually fundamentally a misunderstanding. The image is not reversed horizontally, nor does the image stay the same vertically. Rather than a reversal in the horizontal or vertical dimension, the mirror shows an image which has been inverted in the depth dimension. Rather than intercepting this as a depth dimension inversion, we typically view it as the vertical plane appearing correct and the horizontal plane reversed. Similarly, it would also be correct for us to view it as the horizontal being correct, but the vertical axis inverted. Because of the presence of gravity on Earth, humans have a strong bias to believe that the vertical position could not possibly flip. Therefore, the human brain naturally interprets a mirror image as a horizontal reversal of the original. You can demonstrate this to yourself if you stand in front of a mirror and lift your arms up. If you can fix in your mind that the horizontal plane is correct while you do this, your mind will see that instead the vertical plane has been inverted. It's just a matter of perception. I didn't get that at all. But a mirrored world. That could be interesting. Everything reversed horizontally. Hang on, if you inside the mirror and left and right is reversed, then left will appear right from there. So maybe it actually wouldn't be any different. That's all screwed up. I'm feeling drowsy. I should go to sleep. I casually glanced at the clock. 11 o'clock! No way, it's past 12 before I even started reading. Should be about 1 by now. Maybe left or right are reversed. Examine the clock carefully. Simply didn't see the hour hand. Of course. As if I could have ended up inside a mirror. Okay, sleep. I reach out my hand and grab thin air. The light cord is on the other side of the bed. This man is fucked up now. Yeah, I feel lousy. I didn't get any sleep again last night. Can't find a way out of my predicament and the exhaustion sure isn't helping. Tamane points at a wildly gesticulating girl appears. I half-heartedly return the usual greeting to Sango. Can't tell whether Sango realizes my reply is what somewhat lackluster, but a smile could melt the world, as always. Then, as though it's completely natural, she runs to my side and puts her arms through mine. It's not like that. Everyone just says whatever they please, but the way they're saying it so openly could end up hurting Sango. Everyone thinks the same as Tamane, huh? Actually, what about Ruri? Look all around, but apart from this little group, there's nobody else here. Ruri's not with you today. Worriedly asks Sango. Sango shakes her head a little. Thumbtack in the shoe. Earlier, with Sango. Sango clearly announced that she'd be going to school with me, but it seems Ruri has decided to just leave us alone. I'm okay with that. It's kind of pathetic, but I was almost hoping Ruri would show up and forcefully interfere with my relationship with Sango. I know she hates me, but her main intention is to keep us apart, which would be helpful right now, although being violently attacked is rather inconvenient. When I return to the present, I find Sango watching my face. Probably wondering what I'm thinking about so hard. Sorry, what's up? Sango stares at me as though she's realizing something and says, could it be? When did she suddenly get the crazy idea like that? I'm almost rendered speechless. That's not true. Absolutely not. Swear to God it's not. Knowing that Ruri sincerely hates me, I equally vehemently deny it. That's no fun. In the end, drained of all willpower, I get dragged along to school by Sango. Bye-bye. Wave feebly and see Sango off. Konomi and Tamane have dispersed to their respective classrooms. Surely now I'm alone. Sango and I are in different grades, so at least I shouldn't run into any calamity before lunch. The overstimulating morning is finally going to end. I'll have one of my regular days. He's still here. Really though, Yuji's a stubborn one. He grumbles all the way from the shoe racks to the classroom. What are you so mad about? It was just Sango embracing me. I'm not. He knows how I feel about the situation, so why is he saying this? I'm pretty sure she's not his to hand
その代
over.
わりルリちゃんフリーだろ。ルリちゃんとお近づきになれないかな。
I think you're better off making that approach solo. She hates me after all.
友達がいのないやつだな。
Then we should fucking pile drive you in the goddamn floor. This might be a valid complaint if you had ever done anything for me as a friend. Still, life is full of conflicting paths. Like now, even though Yuji's shooting his mouth off, he's not a bad guy. And despite what I said, I can depend on him when I need to. He's kind to girls. If, rather than me, Yuji had come across Sango when she was stuck on the wall, I'm sure he would have helped her without hesitating, and no doubt Sango would have kissed and fallen for him instead of me. Then Yuji wouldn't have rejected her, and they'd have lived happily ever after. Nice thought, but in the real world, Sango is firmly attached to me. It's probably that very serendipity that has Yuji complaining. Why is it we can't achieve our desires? Even with the right mental attitude, you're not rewarded.
おい、
Huh?
物思いは授業始まってからにしとけよ。
Yeah. Standing still in the middle of the corridor, I'm interrupting the flow of traffic. I frown and make my way into the classroom. The classroom's hustle and bustle stops instantly, curious eyes turning to me. But when I meet them, they awkwardly look away and stifle mean laughter. Huh? What in the world did something happen? This is not normal at all. While people have no doubt seen me with Sango, and my classmates have certainly got the wrong idea about our relationship, the rumors shouldn't have gone beyond that. Even after I think about it for a while, there's really nothing for me to worry or feel guilty about. So what's with this uncomfortable atmosphere? Then someone taps my shoulder. It's Yuji. I look back at him and he points to the blackboard. Huh? I look at the blackboard. Something is written and huge writing on it. What is it? Twisting my head, I read from one end to the other. My mind goes blank. Takaki Kono's a pervert. He peeked at a girl's crotch. Huh? Pervert? Me? I'm innocent.
見損なったぞ、高明。お前がそんな犯罪者だったなんてな。
How can you trust the blackboard over me? As if I do that.
お前、女の子苦手とか言いつつ、女の子にいつもドキドキしてたからな。女の子とうまく付き合えないから性犯罪に走ったんだ。
Don't distort the truth! Grab him by the collar and shake
じゃ
him.
あ、あの女の子のお股覗いた。具体的すぎるぞ。本当に覗いたことがないんだろうな。神に誓って。
Yuji grabs my hand and comes close to me. I pull away from him. No! A long time ago, it's possible I did see Konami's and Tamades.
それに
I did see a robot's crotch last night.
ロボット
Yuji's face projects stark amazement. I'm surprised by such a grandiose response. Is that bad? If the robot's personality was
当
female?
たり前だ。最近のロボットはできすぎてんだぞ。クルス川の HM シリーズなんて人間そのものじゃねえか。犯罪じゃないかもしれないけど、十分犯罪チックだ。
It was a teddy bear robot. No, it isn't! Flexibly deny it. Yuji must have assumed I was talking about one of those androids. Indeed, at a glance you might miss the ears, hair color, and behavior and mistake them for human. As he says, such an action may be criminal, but it certainly would be a perverted act. It was just a bear! A plush toy robot bear! I don't even know what sex it was! Yuji looks at me with disdain. I'm going to beat you! What the hell? My voice resounds throughout the classroom. I vehemently deny everything in front of all my classmates. How little credibility do I have with these guys? If this reaches Konami and Tamane, I'll be ruined. I'm also worried that this could upset Sango and that we'll be pretty unhappy away apart.
元気出せよ。俺はお前を信じてるって。
You were the one who doubted me the most. Couldn't help resenting Yuji a little, so I keep complaining. I want to skip school. That's just being human, part of life. I'll drown my sorrows in empty calories. My soba noodles will suck if I let them go soft, so I break my chopsticks apart. No, I go to eat the soba and find myself looking around for that special something. Not sure they had it here. It's somewhere to be found. Grab the table next to ours, but they don't have any either.
どうかしたか?
That Spice Blend shaker, I don't see it any. Do you see any? Looks
近
around.
くにはないようだな。
Are they out? Pain. Cafeteria soba is pretty bland without any heat. But if there's any, I guess that's that. So here should always be eaten with togarashi if possible. It still won't be as bad as a certain country's military rations. I'll be fine without it. Just flavorless. Prepare to eat the soba straight. Then something rolls into view. Huh? It's togarashi container. Pick it up and look around. Some kind soul must have overheard our conversation and come to my rescue. Don't see anyone around though. Oh well. Look around and give a small thanks and open the lid. I tap it lightly and a huge quantity pours out. That didn't sound good. Looks like some failed my soba. Right, like togarashi. Stare at the bowl and horror gradually dawns. With the horror gradually dawning on me, the amber-colored powder, it's everywhere. No! Why? What's with this powdered togarashi?
それ内蓋取れてないか?
What? Look at it again, and surely enough, the inner lid is missing, leaving a gaping hole. Given the Earth's gravity, it's only natural that all the spice would pour in. Shit, how vicious was that? Was that someone's plot? We're removing the inner lid of the togarashi container. And we're the target of a secret evil society within the school. Let's see what... Oh, that was fucking adorable. What's the second one? No, she only has one. Surprisingly, only one character thus far had two of the quote-unquote idle animation, namely Karen. Audiovisual room. Between the shoot, thumbtack, the blackboard slander, and the Togarashi incident, I expect someone's out to get me. Blackboard stuff was clearly about the misunderstanding with Teddy, nickname pending approval. Kernel of truth makes for the best lie, I suppose. Whoever it is, they're trying to get me labeled as a criminal. Who would want to do that? Is that Sango coming out of the computer room? Her hands are full of books. She's trying to close the door with her feet. Whoa, look out. Gotcha. Steady Sango just before she falls over. Are you okay? Sango leaps out excitedly, but she's carrying heaps of books again, so she almost falls over. Hey, be careful there! Where are we going? The library? She nods repeatedly, still bubbly. Library. Don't have anything to do, and if I don't keep propping her up, she could easily take a tumble on the way there. Escort her to the library. You know, I'd really better help her carry all that stuff. Here, let me take those books. I'll carry them to the library for you. Sango stares at me blankly. Sure, I have nothing better to do. Take a few books from her. Sango starts to say some, then thinks better of it, and we just get to the task. Can't help letting out a chuckle at this cute clumsiness though. Sorry, didn't mean it like that. Here, give me the rest and I'll carry them all as apology. She piles up the rest of the books on top of my load. It's pretty heavy, but it should be okay. Let's go. After we return Sango's books, I help her search for new books. I mostly just take down the books she can't reach on the top shelf. Sango, are these the red ones? We build a little pile on the desk. AI research, neural networks. Robot soccer player championship how-to guide. How to make tasty ramen. I don't quite see how ramen fits in with the others, but nonetheless, it seems appropriate for Sango. Those of them are robots. I grab a robot study magazine and leaf through it. I promptly drown in specialist terminology. It's like reading Greek to me. But ignoring the technical articles, the advertisements catch my eye. New products and prototype robots are highlighted. Next Kurosagawa model finally released. According to the article, the HM16 model is replacing the current model, consolidating from many different grades and bodies down into one. Apparently the price should go down a lot as a result. Well, cheaper doesn't mean cheap. Even the most basic model is still well beyond my means. So what interests me most is the outside appearance. The latest androids really are the spitting image of humans. Apart from the mechanical looking ears, brightly colored hair, and facial expressions, it's no exaggeration to say that they're the embodiment of humans. Indeed, looking at such a cute woman's crotch would seem borderline criminal. Sango's staring at me. What? Could you see through my impure thoughts? That crosses my mind briefly, but that doesn't seem to be it. Nah, close the magazine, put on a pile of books. I was just thinking the reason robots really aren't a spitting image of humans. Really?
でもな、中身はちゃうねんて。
Insides. Sango meets my eyes and says,
頭の中。
their
人
heads.
間の頭の処理能力ってだいたい1億ミップスなんやって。そしたらメイドロボとかどれぐらいやと思う？
Main robots. If a humans is 100 million, about 50 million.
へへ、外れ。人間と同じ1億やねん。クルス川の最上域や秋に出る新型やと軽く1億オー
They're
バーや。
400 million. So basically, they're smarter than humans.
数字の上やとな。
Numerical terms. So there's something else that matters more, I guess.
おー、
Probably emotional
So now-
intelligence.
要するに今のメイドロボって石頭やねん。
Flexible, certainly do give that impression. They're not quick-witted or good at getting the knack of things. They come off slow. It's a common complaint that it takes them a while to do things when they're not used to them, and they ask incessant questions about new tasks. They're great at routine tasks, but when facing the unexpected, they're unable to adapt. It's said to be an inherent problem with made robots. So in short, that's what makes the human brain amazing.
それもちゃうねん。人間ってアホなんや。もっと単純で大雑把やねん。うちなんか全然何も覚えとらんし。
That's not something to do with
あ
you.
んな、高明、今のメイドロボはきっちり作り込みすぎなんや。でもほんまは適当でええねん。
That's
だ
it.
ってそうやん。今日朝起きて寝るまですること全部プログラムするなんてでけへんもん。
I guess. Well, you get up, eat breakfast, brush your teeth, go to school. That's just the simple tasks of every day. Although Sango's hobby is much harder.
でも歩くのもなんか掴むのも食べるのもみんな勝手に覚えたもんちゃうん？
Well, I guess so.
高明やうちの頭って全部誰かに作ってもらったもんちゃうやん。それに今日一日何が起こるかわからへん。いちいち予想できへんし、予想してもこうなったらこうっていちいち作り込んでたら複雑すぎて頭不安定になって当然だから。
That's
ア
why.
ンドロイドには心がいるねん。理屈や理論やないところで体を動かす OS としての心が必要やねん。
An android's soul. This is one of the prime aims of robot engineers. As a budding robot engineer, of course, Sango aims for that too. But that must be
うん、
hard.
いちいち教えるのめんどいねん。うちそういうの苦手やし。
Perhaps. I remember there was a prototype that was allowed to enter the school for the purpose of collecting data, but I heard nothing conspicuous about after that. Whether the plan was frozen or there was some setback, I don't know. If they succeeded at it, making an android with a soul would really put Kurusugawa on the map. Then Sango says
だから
confidently.
な、うち考えたんや。人間みたいな心欲しかったらアンドロイドも赤ちゃんの時から育てたらもっと簡単に人間っぽくなるって。
A baby robot. How? I remember Sango holding a bear plushie in baby clothing and whistle. No, it's nothing. Well, I think about it for a bit and choose carefully what to say and not to hurt her feelings. It's a rather charming idea.
すごいやろ。おっちゃんは大根インゲン飽きてんじゃー言うてるけどようわからん。
Radishes, beans. Is this something about an old guy at the cafeteria?
おもろなかった？
Huh? Sango, worried about my sudden silence, asks me. Shake my head. No, not at all. It was pretty interesting. So I assumed a robot's brain was better than a human's, so it's surprising to hear it's not the case. I still don't understand why she was talking about daikon radishes and beans.
よかった。ルリちゃんに話すとつまらん言うねんもん。
Ruri-chan, which reminds me, I haven't seen her today. Frantic absence is becoming a little
ルリ
ominous.
ちゃん、うちがパソコンとかロボットばっかりいじってるから つまらんのかもな。でもうちいっぱい勉強せんと。
Do you love robots that much? Asks, and Sango shakes her head slightly. Huh? No?
約束して
Promised.
友達。
Friends. Sango? Sango seems engrossed in a book, but when I look more carefully at her face,
あにゃ
she's fallen asleep. She's sleeping. That's quick. Way too quick. How could she fall asleep so quickly? That is bad. I'm alone with a girl and not having a conversation. What should I do? I feel awkward leaving her like that and going. I also feel uncomfortable just being here with her asleep. But waking her up would make me feel pretty bad too. What should I... That's a book! Don't eat that! Frantically yank away the book as Sango was biting. Crap the edge of the book. It's sticky with drool and has teeth marks. Looks expensive too. That is awkward. I walk nonchalantly up to the front desk. I don't spot any library committee member or librarians. The coast is clear. I sneak over to the bookshelf and slip the book right back in its place. That was dangerous. I have to keep watch. But at least it's settled. Whoa! Just when I thought I was safe, a voice calls out to me and I practically leap out of my skin. No way. Did you see? Worrying about being caught returning the jute book has me on edge.
何がですか？
Huh? Looks like I'm in the clear, so why is she talking to me? Yes? My voice cracks from the tension. What earth-shattering development
もう
evades
す
me.
ぐ図書室閉めるんですけど。
Huh?
もうすぐ下校時刻だから。
Of course, right, no problem, that's all. She scared me. Pat my chest in relief. Alright, I'll wake Sango and we'll get going. Sango! Wake up. It's morning. Sango. She won't wake up. Have no choice then. To avoid touching her, but there's an emergency. Take Sango's tiny shoulders and shake her slightly. Sango! Sango! No good. It's completely ineffective. It was awkward. Library committee members are starting to look troubled. We can close up with the keep, so why don't you go on?
ダメです。図書委員として戸締まりをきちんと確認する義務があるんです。
Well, I guess that makes sense. Darn, at this rate I'll end up having to get the committee members involved. Sango! Sango! Shake her much harder this time, but it's useless. What do I do? I'm running out of options. He's giving me the evil eye. What's this faded from the moment I came to the library with her?
それじゃ、さようなら。
The committee members see me off while suppressing their giggles. Please try not to tell him.
言わないけど、そのまま校舎を出ると目立つと思います。
Of course, in the end, I was unable to wake her and decided to carry her home. Blushing, I again feel her soft body on my back and her hands resting on me, robbing me of my ability to think. To make matters worse, I don't actually know where she lives. If she doesn't wake up, I have no way to take her but my own home. What Konami and Tominus say if they find out? Yeah, the member goes to the staff room to return the key and head straight down to the shoe boxes. I had to find a shoebox first. I wander around to first year's shoe boxes searching. Find a shoebox surprisingly easily. With her still on my back, I exchange her hall slippers with her shoes. Easy enough. Next, my shoes. Head to my own shoebox. Huh? There's someone near my shoebox. I thought it was the same library committee member as first, but that's Ruri. Indeed, it's Ruri. She looks rather flustered. I wonder what she's up to. What are you doing? Your shoebox should be back over there.
その、これは。
She can't answer. But after seeing what's in my back, she changes immediately. Don't give me a bad reputation! Now it's my turn to be flustered. There was no other option. None! I had no plans whatsoever of taking her home. Well, actually, I kind of did, but that was only backup plan, I swear. Alright. I gently set Sango down and Ruri picks up quickly. Yes! She said Sango remains sound asleep through all the commotion. Practice motions and apparent ease in picking up Sango must have me suspect that this is a daily event. I wave a little, seeing her off. Goodbye! Jeez. I watch until she disappears, then turn to my shoebox. My shoes are incredibly heavy. What the hell? Turn them over to check. Dozens of thumbtacks fall to the ground. Put my hand lightly on my forehead. I worked once, so just gonna keep doing this, huh? Still, this is taking things too far. It's about the fucking cravings again. A new day. Morning. Feebly answer Konami, who I find waiting in front of my house. Konomi doesn't notice my exhaustion, brightly
じゃあ
asks.
早く行こう。きっとサンゴちゃん待ちくたびれちゃってるよ。
Now even Konomi is acting as though Sango is my girlfriend. That's not just her. Sango's ambush has become routine to Tamane and Yuji as well. But one thing or another, that big rumor has transformed into solid fact. How pathetic. This wasn't what I wanted to happen. But I don't know what I expected. I've been supporting Sango way too much. Even though I was just trying to not to make her cry, it's only natural that everybody has reached this conclusion, extreme though it is. I really wouldn't be surprised if we started receiving engagement gifts. But to tell the truth, if I made this girl cry, I'd definitely regret it. Isn't there a gentle way to dull her down?
ほな、高明。バイバイ。
Yeah, bye. Wave to Sango inside.
なんだよ、高明。そのため息は。
Glance over at Yuji, who's giving me the most manic
どうや
grin.
って初体験を切り出そうかとか悩んでいるのかこのスケベ。
If I did that, Ruri would kill me. Seriously, what should I do about those two? Today again, everyone turns to me as soon as I enter the classroom. I grasp the situation quickly enough and look at the blackboard. Takaki's a kidnapper. Ugh. Grab the duster and obliterate the blackboard writing. I've really got to do something. Why did you just fucking wink at me? Like, that's also Ruri. Why is Ruri the one winking? Also, I just saw how many did have idle animations. It's just for some reason didn't have earlier. Anyways, after school.
今日もサンゴちゃんとラブラブか
Well, you know, it's a pain denying his honest time, so I'm just gonna
じゃあ
ignore him.
頑張れよ否認はちゃんとしないとダメだぞ
Leave me alone. Usually gives me some friendly advice and I leave the classroom. No, what should I do? And do something about Sango and Ruri. I've got to stop Ruri from picking on me. It's apparently the right answer. I need to stop Ruri from picking on me. So I resolved to find her and talk to her. Expect her to be executing her usual sabotage. Expecting her to be executing her usual sabotage, I head to the shoe racks. Is she here? Look around all the shoe racks. No sign of her. Has she stopped? As I way heading home against waiting for Sango, I hear a familiar voice outside. Let me guess. Head outside the school building. Sure enough, it's Ruri. But I'm dumbfounded at the sight. She wedges a shovel into the concrete trying to dig something up. But all I see is about 1 centimeter of dirt being covered up. What you doing?
落とし穴作ってるねん。
Pitiful.
高明のアホ突き落としたるねん。水いっぱい入れて高明溺れ死にするやもん。
Huh. After hearing her grand plan to build a pitfall on solid concrete, I'm not sure if I'm more astounded by its magnificence, or its recklessness, or its impossibility. Need a hand?
あんが
She starts to accept, blushing, then cuts off. She may have finally noticed me.
高明
Yo.
騙した
Actually, now because of what I did, I can just all I can imagine is him just literally just standing there with an energy drink can, just. What you up to, Doc? And then when you realize, actually, just standing there, yo, just one hand in his pocket, not even fucking bothering. No, I talked to you. Can you quit it already? You're acting like I'm taking Sango from you, but that's not what I'm trying to do at all. In fact, I'm trying my best to distance myself from Sango.
高明さんちゃんのこと好きやないのに近づいたんか結婚詐欺
That's not it.
やっぱりさんちゃんのこと好きなんや結婚する気なんや
How did we already skip to marriage?
高明みたいなアホさんちゃんと結婚なんかさせたらへんもん高明なんか死んだらええねんもん
Rather.
どうや
Luckily, there's not a soul around. Ruri and I face off in the middle of the school grounds. Hey, are you sure about this? Rudy fearlessly confronts me, no hesitation on her face.
うちが勝ったらこの学校から出て
And if you lose,
け高木殺してうちも死ぬ
there's not much in it there for me. Rudy-chan gets enraged in my response. She grabs some from her bag and throws it at me. Like a pistol. But old-timey, the sword you'd see in a western. Its barrel has to be 30 centimeters long. Can we just do shillelagh instead? Instead of the honorable pistol duel? Am I supposed to be a Wyatt Earp? Of course, it's just a toy. But for her to have such a piece conveniently stashed away, did you plan to use it on the way home or something? What am I supposed to do with this? Really? Warning, aiming air guns at people is dangerous. When playing a survival game, please ensure the safety of your surroundings and wear goggles and a mask at all times. Hey, we're really gonna do this? No way, I'm gonna talk her down. It's probably a peaceful way to end this, though. Rudy takes her own gun out of her bag. When I see the weapon, I start to sweat. Rudy, what's that thing? Handicap. It's a pistol too, but her gun is extraordinarily imposing. She even has a shoulder ammo strap for it. Oh, come on. Crap. Ah! Adrenaline pumps through me. My whole body jerks in fear. It's fully automatic! Evaded by a hair's breadth, all the shots firing through where I stood a moment ago. Nah, I'm gonna keep dodging. Rudy's relentless barrage continues. Even though it's a toy, it looks pretty darn painful. Gotta get out of here. Whoa! Take refuge in the school buildings. Rudy's in hot pursuit. This may have been a bad decision. Her machine pistol's rounds ricochet off the school walls. Fortunately, due to her underarm grip, she doesn't score a direct hit, though I do take some ricochet hits. Ow! 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 Shots come from completely unexpected directions. If this were a survival game, I'd be declared dead already, but she shows no sign of letting up. I guess this doesn't end until I actually die. But that's how it's gonna be. I'm playing a little rough too. But how do I do that? Not only do I only have 6 shots, my enemy's a girl. Can I really take her on? For now, all I can do is run. Ah! I can't keep this up much longer. Gotta plan my counterattack. I flee from cover to cover inside the school building, finally arriving outside the computer room. One of Sango was inside, using her as a shield, maybe an effective strategy, but involving her that way would be pretty pathetic. Need to find some way. Tell Rudy about my giving up. In other words, not my physical defeat, but my spiritual defeat. Maybe putting my hands up and surrender. But how? Ah! Frantically turned to the voice calling my name. Sango! It surprised me. Thought it was Rudy. Calm my frantic heart. But it's dangerous for Sango to stand near me. I've got to get away from her. I'm about to excuse myself and run away when... Teddy, nickname pending approval, is hugging Sango. Teddy, nickname approval, says, Yo! Well, that's what the wave looks like anyway. Guess she recognizes me. She's actually pretty smart. She's actually a pretty smart one, isn't she? She must have actually understood what I was saying earlier. In that case, I head on an idea. Sorry, Sango. I'm borrowing Teddy. Rudy's voice echoes throughout the halls. Crap, she's already here. Take Teddy, nickname pending approval, and run off. Rudy's voice comes from the end of the corridor. I escape into an empty room and panting sink to the floor. But there's no time to collapse. Rudy will be here for sure. Gotta explain my strategy to Teddy. Look, Teddy, I have an important duty for you, okay? Teddy, nickname pending approval, seems to understand me perfectly and follows my lead. Next, I just have to snare Rudy. Rudy finally makes it here. She must have seen me enter. She stomps into the room, if anything, more bloodthirsty after the prolonged chase. Rudy scans the room, but I'm nowhere to be seen. She assumes I'm hidden somewhere. Rudy moves farther in. Rudy moves in on the vacuum cleaner locker. That's just enough space for one person to fit in there. She holds the pistol at the ready and carefully moves towards it. Sounds come from within the locker. The suspicious noise lures her in. She grabs the door handle and pulls it open in one smooth motion. But it's empty. It's just a vacuum cleaner inside. Not quite. Rudy's taken aback, and when she looks down, she sees Teddy, nickname pending approval. Stick him up. I put the nozzle of my pistol into her back. That's right, I was hiding inside the teacher's desk. Teddy, nicknamed Pending Approval, was making noise from the locker as a decoy. To be honest, even though it's a toy, I feel awkward holding a gun to a girl like this, although Ruri likely doesn't think anything of it. What's more, knowing that it's a toy, Ruri could just turn around and counterattack. If that happens, I'd be the one regretting it. That's why I've been trying to score a point without pulling the trigger. So what's the Ruri gonna do? The gun slips out of her hand. I feel relieved and toss away my own. Jeez, you sprayed those shots everywhere. I have to clean up before the teacher gets angry. I tell her and take a glance at her. Ruri just stands there silently. Let out a little sigh and continue. Anyway, look, there's nothing you need to be worried about. Sango, she's just a friend. Besides, Sango isn't said she's sad when you're not there. Ruri reacts to those words. I think I'm just a substitute for you. I don't think I'm just getting stuck with being the other person she talks to, the one who she has to carry her around when you're not there. Don't you think I'm just getting stuck with? I'm sure you're the one Sango loves most. I finish my explanation, wait for a response, but she says nothing. Ruri. Huh? How am I wrong? What? Oh boy. The thing that the little sister route in this game is the twin going for the twin. Ruri. Huge teardrops start pouring out of her eyes. Ruri's sobbing tries to convey her feelings. Such pure sentiments have been kept bundled up inside, causing her pain. Ruri. Tears just keep pouring out, slowly forming a puddle on the ground. Ruri, what can I say? Hang in there. Hanging in there seems futile. Damn it, it's way too sad. I can't decide what to do. I want to decide. I'm not deciding. But not deciding will be much more heartbreaking. But as she sobs, I naturally move forward. I know, this must be the only way. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. I hug her tightly. I'm bad with girls, especially with Ruri. She despises me, she attacks me, but even with all that, I can't watch her cry. There's no way I could forgive myself for letting this girl cry alone. It'll be okay, I'm sure. I stroke Ruri's head, comforting her. I know. She stands there in my embrace, not pushing away, and cries. On and on, as though this could go on forever. Ruri shatters that illusion. It was just an absurd misunderstanding. Ruri vehemently denies it, but Sango won't be swayed from her interpretation. Threesome? Did she just say threesome? Sango, Ruri, and Teddy, nicknamed Pending Approval, I guess. In contrast to my expectations, Sango brings my hand and Ruri's together, then she grabs my other hand.
うちら3人みんなラブラブやもん。めでたしめでたし。
What? Could this be the bad ending? That night, massive failure. My face planted firmly on the desk, I stew. What time to be seen by Sango? Well, if Konami or Tamane had appeared, that too would have been horrible, but Sango seeing that is going to result in a huge misunderstanding. Normally, if you saw the guy you love like that with someone else, especially with your crying younger sister, you'd say, Takaki, you scum! Or perhaps choose me between me and her! Would have been a bloodbath! However, Sango being who she is,
ルリちゃんも高明ラブラブやったんや。うちら3人みんなラブラブやもん。
what the hell? It's bizarre! Way too bizarre! Sango, are you sure you're an Earthling? That needs at least 3 or 4 hearts and stars. I may have no experience with women, but even I can tell that's bizarre. And really, even with 3 people being lovey-dovey were okay, not only does Rudy hate me beyond all reason, but I'm not gonna get used to it either. I don't want to get used to it. Being labeled a cheater and stabbed to death might well have been better. That's the worst possible development. Think about tomorrow, I just want to drown myself. How about skip school?
タカくんってば。
The next morning, Konami comes to pick me up as usual, but I stay in bed pretending to be sick. The way things are going, if I go to school, the misunderstanding will only spread further. And to be honest, Sango's lovey-dovey attack was too much for a weak-hearted guy like me to handle. Therefore, as a man, there's only one thing I can do. Ditch school. Nah, it's not ditching. It's absence. Yes, I'm terribly sick. Concerned at my lack of response, Konami comes up to my room.
タカくん、学校行かないの？ねえ、タカくん。
Konami shakes me through the bed covers, but I still don't answer, telling her that I'm heading from Sango and Rudy's to embarrassing, so I'm staying silent. But Konami keeps stubbornly shaking me, so I give up and tentatively reply, I'm taking the day off. Suddenly saying I'm taking the day off without any preface surprises Konami. He starts grilling me.
休むって、タカくん病気なの？
No, I'm gonna be absent. I'm being bullied.
もう、嘘ばっかり。
That was all true though, so I'm unhappy when she doesn't take me seriously. I can hear the disappointment in her voice even though through the
タ
covers.
カくん、学校休むと不良になっちゃうんだよ。
Hang on, Konami! Where on earth was she hiding the strength? Konami starts to rip the covers off me, frantically resist clinging to the covers, but I can't brace myself since I'm lying down and she pulls them off. At this rate, she'll even drag me out of here that I'm not, she'll even drag out of me that I'm just ditching school. So I'll tell her deadly serious. It's true that I'm being truant. I don't want to go to school. I'm afraid of school. Let's go to covers, but her displeasure doesn't
タ
dissipate.
カくんのはただのサボり癖だと思うけど。
It's not ditching. I wrap myself in the covers and say peevishly. Konami gazes at me for a moment and mercifully she relents.
先
Appendicitis?
生にはなんて言うの？盲腸？
No, appendicitis sounds too fake. Just stay, my stomach
下痢？
hurts. Girls shouldn't fuss over such details.
はーい。
She walks to the door.
私行くからね。お腹出して寝て、本当にお腹壊したらダメだよ。
Fine. The door shuts and I hear her trot off down the stairs. Then at last I hear the front door close. Looks like Konami's off to school. That should give me some peace at least. Yuji and Tamame might come by tonight to visit, or in other words to snoop around, but that's no big deal. I'm not worried about telling the two of them. I'm not just playing hooky. Neither Yuji nor Tamane is the sort to tell on me. I think. While I lie here, time to really decide whether or not to go will pass soon. I got nervous initially about ditching, but as the first class period passes, I calm down a bit. So I realized that there are things I should do while ditching. But as I go through my options one after another, I don't really want to do anything. I may as well make the most of it by sleeping. I yawn once now to completely relaxed. I close my eyes and breathe gently. How long's passed? I think it's been a while. There's some sound. What was that? Strain my ears, still half asleep. Doorbell. What's this? Jeez. People are sleeping here, you know. Maybe the delivery company. Someone trying to sell something. Whatever. Jeez, let me go back to heaven. Bury myself deep in the covers trying to shut out the doorbell. But whoever it is, they're persistent. Our doorbell is just too loud. Even snuggled up deep in my second floor bed, I can still hear it. Stubborn. I want to send them away, but alas, I can't do that from a futon. The bell's been ringing all this time. Why is this person persistent? Jeez, haven't you given up yet? What on earth is it? It's still early. I'm depressed enough to stick my head out the window. At which point I hear two voices from outside. Both are girls, with a childish ring to their speech. Don't tell me.
あれ高明おらんのかな。おらんのやったらもう行こうさんちゃん。でも高明病気ちゃうん？きっと死んだんや。もう手遅れやからほっとこ。なあ死んどるの？はよ助けに行かんと。死んでるからもう助からへん。あとは腐るだけや。でも腐るとご近所迷惑やで。知ってる？そういうの専門の掃除屋さんがおってな。さんちゃん、うちそういう話や。つまらんの。
The topic of discussion goes beyond the pale. Also, I'm not dead. Look at the clock. It's only 9! Even first period isn't even over yet. Ditching is it's the beginning of delinquency. I get angry at myself for not taking ditching class more seriously. I hope they give up soon. I rub my eyes and check out the window again, but there's no sign of them leaving. On the contrary.
なあなあ、ドラマやとこういうシーンってパーンってドア蹴破らへん？そうやけど蹴ったらさんちゃんやと足折れるで。つまらんな。もうええやろ。はよ学校行こうな。
Rudy's been trying to pull Sango away from my house since the beginning, but Sango isn't having it. He's hell bent on seeing me. She ceased the assault on the doorbell and was planning her next move, still scouting out the house. Rudy seems to have practically given up arguing, but still hopes intently for Sango to give up. Snapping out of her reverie, Sango decisively steps out.
さんちゃん、どこ行くん？そっちは庭やで。
Seems they've headed into the garden facing my living room. I'm getting a bad feeling about this. What is she planning? Sango supplies the answer, absolutely happily without the slightest hint of remorse.
この窓やったらすぐに割れると思うねん。
What?
さんちゃん
That's breaking and entering!
ここに大きな石あらへんかな。あかんさんちゃん、アホ高明の絵やけどガラス割ったら弁償やで。
Rudy's acting surprisingly reasonable, but Sango doesn't seem to be worried at all. On the contrary, she states clearly with a
ルリ
conviction.
ちゃん、緊急事態や。高明の生命の危機なんやで。悪い病気やったら病院に連れてかんと。そうやけど大丈夫や。きっと天国の高明も許してくれよるよ。
I will not forgive it! Also, I'm still not dead. She's really lovey-dovey. She may well really break the window at this rate, to jump out of bed and to run pell-mell down the stairs. Whoa! Ow! I slip on the way down and tumble, but someone get up again. Entering the living room and make out Sango and Rudy through the window. Sango holds a brick above her head, winding up for a big
ほ
throw.
ら行くで。せーの。
Stop! I sprint to the window and throw it open. Don't break the window! I started them, but soon they both show relief.
高明や。
Sango jumps up and down in a greeting pose. She goes to hug me, but is restrained by Rudy. But that's gonna be enough to stop that's not gonna be enough to stop Sango's energy. She pats me all over. What?
高明死んだんちゃう？
I almost died. That fall down the stairs could have ended me. That would sound uncool, so I don't mention it. Anyway, I'm looking at their feet. They're both carelessly wearing shoes, stepping on our fragile floor. They're both completely unaware of it. Guess they must have been really concerned about me. I try hard to believe that. I'll open the entryway so you can take your shoes off there.
了解。
I drive them out of the living room and begin wondering if I really don't have food to serve them while I entertain. I have a feeling there's going to be a protracted engagement. But I'm not wrong, and I'm not wrong. There you go. I set down the tea and look at them both. Hey, what are you doing on my computer? Sango had been madly tapping away at the computer on my desk, and now she's logged in.
あかんで、高明。セキュリティ 穴だらけや。入りたい放題やで。なあなあ、こいつ今より3倍強したろか？それとも3倍早うしたってもええで。
There's no need to do anything. I drag Sango away from the PC into the table.
まらな。
Sango keeps looking at my PC
せ
regretfully.
めてメモリ増設せえへん？これなんか超お得。カタログスペックの2倍のメモリ容量になるんや。
She's really not letting this go. She pulls out a suspicious looking white box with just the price written on the felt tip on it. I'm briefly tempted by a sales pitch, but then she goes on
パ
unabashedly.
ソコンと相性悪いと火吹くけど。
That's really not necessary. I snatched the white box and stuffed it back into Sango's bag. Sango scowls at me. Did she really think she was doing me a favor with that shady
改
offer?
造せえへんパソコンはパソコンちゃうもん。
I'm just an ordinary user. I'm fine with just original hardware and OS. Suddenly munching my snack and drink my tea. Seeing this, Sango reluctantly starts eating hers. Actually, no, she's pretty enthusiastic about it. Did you really like sweets? This girl is emotionally draining. Speaking of which, what's the physically draining one?
高明のスケ
What now? Rudy crawls out from under my bed. What were you doing under
ベ。持
there?
ち物検査や。
Rudy says and holds out a photo collection
高
book.
明、こんなエッチな本持っとる。サンちゃんにエッチいことする気
But Yuji forced it on me.
や。女の子の裸いっぱいやんか。
Don't go twisting words to create a misunderstanding. That's just a bikini model photo collection. They may have huge boobs, but they're at least wearing leotards or G-strings and hiding the important bits. I'd be embarrassed to buy it myself, but it's not even forbidden to
ほ
minors.
な、水着フェチなんや。変態。
I wordlessly snatch the photo collection and throw it into the desk drawer in a show of force. Rudy looks displeased but says nothing. So! I look at them again and start anew. Why are you here?
何って。
She just sweetly asks and then smiles and says,
高明のお見舞い。今日、高明待っとったら、この身が高明、病気で休みやって言うから。
Couldn't you just wait until school ended before coming? Isn't it still first period? You shouldn't be playing hooky. No, and behavior is irrelevant to act the perfect senior.
でも、心配やったもん、高明。
There's no need to cry.
サ
Ow.
ンちゃん泣かすやつは、うちがいてこます。
Rudy comes after me in a fit of rage. But you were alright with Sango coming
全然
here?
用ないけど、サンちゃん泣かすやつ、神様でもみんな敵。
She grinds her fists against my head. Alright! I wave my hand in a mollifying gesture. She looks away from me with disdain in her
ルリ
eyes.
ちゃん、そんな意地悪しとったら、高明に嫌われるで。
Sango says to her, but Rudy boldly
う
states,
ち、初めから高明嫌いやもん。まあ、ルリちゃんまだまだお子様やな。ほんまは好き好きやのに。ちゃうもん。
Rudy vehemently denies Sango's
ル
interpretation.
リちゃん。
Sango seems somewhat sad at Rudy's denial. Rudy tries to divert Sango.
もう学校行こうな。高明生きてたんやからもうええやん。それでええやん。学校つまらんな。
Displeasure replaces Sango's sadness.
また言う。そら、サンちゃん頭ええから学校の授業つまらんのかもしれんけど。
Then Sango peers at her face and asks
ほ
her,
な、ルリちゃんは勉強したいん？うちは、
After a short while, she hesitantly
う
says,
ちアホやもん。入試補欠やったし、順位もいつも下から3番目やし、だから行ってもしゃあないやん。でもサンちゃんが行く言うから、サンちゃん
Rudy looks at Sango seriously.
ほんまは学校に行きたないなら行かんでええねんで。ずっとうちにおったらええやん。でもうちが学校行かんかったらルリちゃんはどないするん？うちは毎日サンちゃんのためにいっぱいご飯作った
Ruri leans closer and
うちは
says,
さんちゃんのご飯作るのが一番楽しいもん。
Ruri makes her enthusiastic plea for love, but Sango gives no response. Now I actually understand why Sango is just straight up not acknowledging the fact that she likes her. Because it is a very unhealthy kind of love. The kind of, I will literally offer up my entire fucking being for you, even if it is actively detrimental to me kind of love. Which, that's unhealthy. That's when it happens. At the worst possible time, my stomach grumbles. Ruri turns and glares at me.
高木下品。
I couldn't help it! It's a physiological phenomenon. Think carefully and remember that I didn't eat breakfast. Now it's getting close to lunch. Sango probes.
高木、お腹減ってるん？
Well, kinda. There's no point trying to hide its answer, honestly. Sango claps, struck by an idea, and says to Ruri.
ルリちゃんの得意技。だからなんでこんなとこで料理せなあかんの？
Ruri dragged to the kitchen by Sango is displeased, but Sango answers matter of
なん
factly.
でって、もうお昼やから。それはわかるけど、なんで高明のご飯まで作らんとあかんの？だって男の子は女の子の手料理に弱いってみんな言っとるもん。男の子？
Ruri glares at me. I don't need ESP to read her thoughts, but apparently Sango doesn't share my common my common sense, and it goes on innocently, trying to get us
こ
closer.
れで高明のハートゲットや。ゴッキーにご飯作ってる方がマシ。
That's just how much he doesn't want to. But Sango smiles at Ruri and says,
それほんま？
Astonishingly, Ruri hesitates. Well, apparently she does like me more than a cockroach. It's okay, you don't
ル
have
リ
to.
ちゃんファイトや。やればいいんでしょ。
With that mixed response, Ruri stomps over to check the fridge and pantry.
なんも入ってないな。
I don't cook much. When it comes down to it, Kotomi's mother does it for me.
芋？
I think that's a little different. However, Ruri's dig appears to hold no deep meaning, and she goes on asking.
はんで？
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that, I said. Ruri grins. What's with that evil
ほ
grin?
な、行くで。
Ruri takes out an onion, peels it, chops it in half. Then she holds the knife against the onion and moves the knife at incredible speed. Ugh! Incredible knife precision. Experience hands, she could be a pro. It's just fried rice with a few canned green peas, ham, and eggs. Luckily, we've got a Chinese wok. She puts in the oil and starts frying up the ingredients.
ほんまはいろいろせなあかんねんけど、面倒やから手抜きするで。
She makes the light work of flipping the heavy wok. She makes light work of flipping the heavy wok despite her small frame. Surprised at how strong she is.
チャーハンお待ち。
Wow. She plunks down a bowl in front of me, then fills it with a big helping of rice. Ruri gives a proud smile and puffs out her chest, staring intentionally at the perfectly fried rice on the bowl. The texture of the rice is perfect, no crunchy bits. It looks so tasty.
高明、はよ食べてみて。
Sango encourages me. You sure? Take a look at Ruri. She won't get angry if I eat it.
あんたのために作ったんやもん。はよ食べて。
I nod my appreciation to Ruri, trying to soften to her displeasure. With her approval, I guess it's okay to dig in. Really. And here I go. I scoop up a spoonful of Ruri's rice. One mouthful, bring it to my lips.
おいしい？
Sango stares at me, brimming with expectation. But yes. It's salty. Too much salt. Taken aback at that malicious laughter, I look at Ruri. She's laughing at me. She does it on purpose.
どないしたん？高明。
Can't even
きっと
respond.
美味しくて感激してるんや。ほっとき。
Ruri looks at my face and says, smiling. Her face clearly says she knows what she
ほらほ
served.
ら高明、まだ残ってる
Ugh, I'm gonna die of heart disease at this rate. Curious Sango puts her hand out to my plate.
で。そんなに美味しいん？
Seeing her in danger, I grab the plate and raise it up out of her reach.
さんちゃん、あかん。
Ruri gets worried too. I don't want Sango to see just how vile that rice was. But she takes it badly and looks hurt.
高明、意地悪や。う ちに食べさせてくれへん。
You see, I glare at the frighteningly salty rice. Can't let her eat this.
さんちゃんには別の作ってるから。うち高明のが
Rudy panics at the unexpected development. I swallow. I won't get a renal failure with just one bowl of salty rice, right? I hold my breath and take in the rice in one scoop.
高明
I inhale it all without chewing and then guzzle my entire cup of water. Delicious.
高明すごー。高明
Body immediately rejects the foreign mass. I can't take
ど
it.
ないしたん高明。
Rush to the toilet, stumbling. Feels terrible. I might die. After throwing up in the toilet, I wash my face. I'm not as bad as before, but I still feel awful. I'll tell them I don't feel so well and go to bed. Perhaps I stayed home more of a premonition than a precaution. I ponder as I look for a towel. Huh? Towel isn't there. I'm the only one living here. Take care of everything, so I should know every minor detail. By the way, I wouldn't mind avoiding that, but my dad would say it's a waste to hire a maid robot. I drag my suffering body back to the living room. Towel must be on the pile of washing that needs ironing. Then a towel is suddenly held out to me. Thanks. I accept the towel, but I'm taken aback when I see who's presenting it. Duty! Didn't put a sob in the towel, did she? Suspicious, I inspect the towel and Rudy bluntly corrects
そこ
Oh.
me.
に入ってたタオル何もしてへん。
Oh. Okay. I say and take the towel. What's going on? Could it be she actually feels remorse? She hesitates a moment, uncertain.
高明
Huh?
ありがとう。
Huh? Did I do something worthy of gratitude? A blink confusion and Rudy
さん
explains.
ちゃんかばったやろ。
Protecting. I guess it kinda was. I ate salty rice, fried rice, because I couldn't possibly let her taste it. Wasn't that big of a
さん
deal?
ちゃん食べてたらきっと一口で目回してる。
Nah, I mean, how many mouthfuls did I have? Then again, my survival wasn't down for a while there. Still, it wasn't that big a deal. I was about to die, but it wasn't a big deal. The words just popped out. Couldn't say why. Seeing her so meek like this probably made me just forgive it all. Really, everything was fine in the end, so I don't think it was a big deal. Really expression softness, she looks at me. She smiles a little. I think that's the first time she's given me that smile. Job bears unwarned. I listened to Rudy's explanation.
さんちゃんぼーっとしとるけど不思議と人を見る目はあるねん。誰にでも好き言いよるけど本当に悪いやつに好き言うたこと一度もあらへん。
Is this Rudy's conceit at being the only one to know one of Sango's secrets? I stare at Rudy, and when she notices, she blushes and shouts.
だからってさんちゃんにエッチいことしたらその口に直接塩入れたるからな。
Rudy turns her back on me, walks back to the kitchen, and starts washing up. She doesn't give me another look. Without a small sigh, as the tension eases. Rudy isn't a bad girl either. Somehow that makes me happy. By the way, where's Sango? Hunting for her, I eventually return to my room. Sango, shit! My PC's guts spilled out everywhere, and Sango joyfully plays with the entrails. Sango!
丈夫や。もうすぐ完成や。
It's not fine at all! Despite my concern, Sango deftly puts it all back
壁
together.
紙はルリちゃんのピンナップにしとく。今やったらラブリーなパジャマ姿もあるよ。
Please no, if Rudy saw that, I'd be beaten to death.
つまらんな。
Sango doesn't actually seem to mind, lightly brushing aside my answer. Sango concentrates on the PC and smiles, but says no more. I don't have anything to say either, so I watch her work on the PC. Sango soon speaks up again.
ルリちゃん、ええ子やろ。
Huh? Surprised by the sudden question, I can neither confirm nor deny it, but Sango goes on talking to herself, not concerned about my
ルリちゃん
response.
はええ子やねん。優しいし、何でもできるし。うちとは大違いや。
That's not true. I mean,
ちゃう
you're...
よ。全然ちゃう。
Sango shakes her head a little
ルリ
sadly.
ちゃん、本当は何でもできるねん。料理も裁縫も何でも。
I recall Rudy's earlier cooking demonstration. Granted, the result was terrible, but it was just a prank. Her skill was obviously professional level.
そうやろ。でも うちはダメダメや。不吉やし、ルリちゃんみたく可愛いないもん。
Not cute. I'm stunned at those words. No, why, Sango? You're smart. You program robots by yourself. Right now, you're placing PC hardware.
でも、ルリちゃん喜んでくれへんもん。
Sango.
うちはルリちゃんのご飯食べてるのに、ルリちゃんにしてあげたいこといっぱいあるのに、あるねんけどできへんねん。
Sango says
けど
sadly.
な、お菓子作ったことあるけど、ルリちゃんには食べさせへんかった。おいしないもん。おいしないもん作って、それ人にあげて食べさすなんてできへん。
Really?
そうや、おいしないもん。幸せちゃうもん。きっとおいしい言ってくれるけど、ほんまはおいしないよ。嘘やんか。
May have underestimated Sango. She may be childish, but she does see more than I thought in her own way. Clearly, there's a unique view of hers as discerning eye for people Yuri mentioned. Not Yuri,
う
Ruri.
ちは高明がルリちゃんが嬉しくなることをしてくれたらええと思うねん。
Nay,
高明優しいもん。きっとルリちゃんと好き好きになれるよ。だからパソコンはそのお礼。
with that, Sango closed the PC. She attaches the cable and flicks the switch at the OS boots. You love her, Rooney.
当たり前やん。うち世界で一番ルリちゃんのことが好き好き好きやもん。
Those three loves. One more than me. That's a pretty obvious difference between myself and the
だ
Rudy.
からうちよりもルリちゃんのこと好き好き好き言うなら、
Sango declares clearly to me.
うちの屍を越えてけ。
I kneel down beside Sango. I'm sorry, I can't beat three loves. Sango gets angry about
高
that.
明根性なしや。かっこ悪いで。
But I have no intention of winning Rudy from Sango. I'm no match for Sango. Done with the PC, we both returned to the living room. Rudy, already finished with the dishes, I started wiping the windows, but without excess energy. Put on an embarrassing smile. Embarrassed smile, you don't need to do that.
だったらたまに掃除せえ。こんなとこにサンちゃんがおったら病気になる。
I'll do my best. Well, I've done some cleaning since I was here alone, but I can't honestly say I did much.
そんなんよりゲームしよう。ゲーム。高明おもろいゲーム持っとったで。
Sango shows Rudy a game she got from my
ゾン
room.
ビバンバン撃ち殺すやつ。あ、ゾンビはもう死んでるか。
They are undead.
サンちゃん
Rudy's about to
サ
cry.
ンちゃんアクションゲーム苦手やのに、またそういうのやりたがる。うち嫌いやのに。
Could Rudy be afraid of scary
つ
stuff?
まらんな。ほな高明としよう。
高明にやらせるくらいならうちがする。
We start up a three-way match at the zombie game. However, as soon as the opening movie starts, Rudy starts sniffling. I wonder if she's alright. In contrast, Sango isn't scared at all, occasionally shouting stuff like, "Go, go!" and hopeless. They're really not bad girls. They're just a little different. What's more, I'm sure that there aren't any two people more strongly bound in the world. In the end, I may just be struggling along the fringes of their world. But that doesn't mean that I don't like him. It's not like I love him, but I can't just throw that away. It'd be like rejecting them. Sango would say I love him, but that's still one less than enough. To me, it's nothing but like. But that's okay. I don't mind going on like this as friends.
タカくん。
Huh? I half opened my eyes, noticing someone calling
ま
me.
ったくこの年にもなってずる休みだなんて。
おーい、生きてるか。
Is evening already? They're all here. Are they visiting or snooping? Don't they have anything better to do? I ignore them, decide to go back to sleep. Besides, lying here feels so good. It's warm and cozy and smells good, although it's a bit heavy. Heavy? Groggily search my memories. I remember horror gradually rising. I rewind to the events leading up to sleep and my blood starts to boil. Shit.
タカくん、具合どう？
Wait! Time out! This is bad. Very bad. Supremely bad, you may even say. Like he's gonna die kind of bad.
タカ君
高坊、あなた。
There's nothing serious here. It's just that.
何？ずる休みしてるかと思えば、白昼堂々陰行を働くためだったわけ？しかも、賛否。
She must have thought it was too obscene to say out loud. I look forward to ToHeart more and more because this implies that even through her usual demeanor, she's weak to stuff like that, which that promises for some very fucking adorable stuff. Anyways. But this is exactly what I was afraid of. No! That's not that! Right? Sango? Ruri?
なんや
Feel bad about waking such blissful sleepers, but I need backup here. Sango, Ruri, explain to them clearly what happened here today.
説明あ
In typical Sango style, she gives a vague answer that nonetheless precisely misstates what happened here today.
3人でラブラブしとったよ
No. Don't even feel like it. You know, shit like this is probably because I did something in my previous life and they're just gonna... They just want to punish me, so maybe I can dissuade the... Maybe I can appease the ghost by fucking just doing weird hot wax torture. Who knows? We don't have fucking fire. Fucking lighter, though. I must set fire because the German word for lighter is Feuerzeug, which is literally fire, and Zeug from Werkzeug, which is the word for tool. So we literally say fire tool. Funny enough, Feuerzeug, funny enough, Werkzeug, aka tools, is literally just called, like, if you translated that word literally, it's literally just work thing. So really, it's not a fire tool, but just fire thing. Ah, it's not that kind of lovey-dovey, we're just frolicking around.
それって乳くり合うの同義語よね、高坊。
No! That's wrong, Ore-sama!
この下道
I don't mind going on like this, huh? Take it back.
あそうだ
Skip! Oh, it's the scene where she was reminded of,
お前の学園内での株価はブラックマンデー並みに暴落している。
huh?
図にするとこうだ。
Yuji starts drawing on a horizontal line on the blackboard, then suddenly dives straight to the ground, dragging the chalk straight down onto the
お前
floor.
の現在の株価はここ。そうだ。この学園におけるお前の価値など紙くず同然。人間のクズだ。ゴミ野郎。お前のおかげで建前はお前の友人ということになっている俺は非常に迷惑して責任を取れ。責任を。
Do something about what? I have no idea what he's trying to say. Apparently I did something that's making me look bad. I've been framed for murder.
もう忘れたのか。姫ゆり姉妹のことだよ。
Sango and Ruri, hang on. Haven't we already sorted out the confusion regarding the rapist and pervert claims? I shake my head in denial and Yuji grabs my collar and
お
shouts.
前本気で何もしてないという気か。この悪の申し子め。
Really, I didn't do anything. I swear to
ま
God.
だ神様の前で打ち首になりやがれ。
What for?
王女双子をはべらしてのほほんとしているじゃねえか。
Huh?
彼
What's he
女たちの
mean?
善良さにつけ込み公然と二股をかけるなんて人として最低とか思わねえのか。
Two-timing. Hey now. I'm really sick of explaining this, but maybe this time I'll get it through its thick skull. Sango's only one person. Booty just has to follow her around, and in her own words, she hates me. Yuji should know full well what's going on, and he's still spouting this stuff. Yuji cuts in
お
abruptly.
前が二人をどう思ってるかなんてどうでもいいんだよ。旗から見てどう見えるかが問題なんだ。
To others,
旗から見たら公然と二股かけてるようにしか見えねえじゃねえか。
well, I can see where she's coming from. To tell the truth, I get the feeling I wouldn't even be able to clear up this misunderstanding with Tomine and
よ
Konomi.
うやく自分の立場が分かったみたいだな。で、全世界のモテない男どもを敵に回して反論は？
He punctuates this question with a glare. I just shake my head and say, I didn't mean to. Yuji nods, offering me some sympathy. But even so, I'm still in this situation. Look, at least let me explain. I had a plan to fix this, but every time I try, it just doesn't work out. As things are, my confusing friendship with the twins will continue. Fortunately, Sango's love is merely strong affection, not romantic love. At best, I'm a rival to Ruri, which, by the way, is another reason I couldn't possibly act on this. Yuji chuckles at my visible distress.
まあ、女関係に不甲斐ないお前に初めから多くは期待してねえよ。
Well, excuse me.
でも、そんなお前のことを思い、二股解消のとっておきのアイデアを持ってきてやったぞ。
Yuji declares with a gleam in his eye. A plan. Don't trust him. Somehow I'm really worried about this. Yeah, don't trust him. If you tell me to make them hate me, I'm gonna tell you where to shove it.
覚悟が足りねえやつだな。あくまでもいい人ぶる気か。
It's a heck of a lot better than being the bad guy.
安心しろ。俺のアイデアは実に安全確実。お前はただ一つだけ彼女たちにすれば、あとは何もしないで寝てればいい。
Sleep. I really would like some sleep. What does he have in mind, though? Serious look, Yuji delivers this foolproof plan.
紹介しろ。
What?
どっちか紹介しろって言ってんだよ。
Well, what is appointment? I refuse.
どうしてお前にとっても魅力的な提案じゃねえか。
How
お
so?
前はただあの子たちと俺とのデートをセッティングすればいい。あとは俺の魅力でメロメロだぜ。
Is he going to trip?
うまくすりゃ女の子二人につきまとわれる苦労が2分の1になるんだぞ。
Indeed, if Sango or Ruri are to hang around Yuji, then that would have my pain. Actually, if Sango went after him, I'd be completely clear since Ruri's animosity would all redirect to him. So somehow I'm not confident this is gonna work. Theory is sound, but
おいおい、乗り気じゃないみたいだな。
it's not that that I'm not keen, it's just, this could work. If the person in question that I'm introducing to them, had appeal.
まさか今になって手放すのが惜しいとか言い出すんじゃねえだろうな。
Yuji glares at me. It's not regret. We're not none of us anyway. Besides,
それに
I can't help but think of Ruri and her feelings for her sister. I don't want to do anything to upset that delicate
あの
balance.
な、理由は言えないとか言うのかよ。
Yeah, it's like a
はっ
promise.
きりしねえな。サンゴちゃんが欲しいならそう言えよ。邪魔しないから。
No, it's not that. It's nothing.
ならいいだろう。紹介しとけ。
If I decline, I might have to explain the difference between my feelings and theirs. On the other hand, if I accept, I have to set up a date for Yuji. Won't that just look like I'm using Yuji to come between them? But I'm not sure what to say. Should I accept Yuji's suggestion? How do I feel? Should I really introduce Yuji to the twins? A right of will is apparently the right fucking choice. That's a surprise. Fine, I'll introduce
さす
you.
がはマブダチだな。
I'm just introducing you. Don't blame me if it doesn't go well,
ま
okay?
そこんとこは自分で何とかするさ。じゃあ今度の日曜日に二人をうまく遊園地に誘ってくれよ。
Okay. Jeez, what a disaster it's gonna be. Granted, if it works out, my life will be easier. But I'm not optimistic. Things will probably just stay the same. Yeah, nothing good will come of this. I don't dislike the twins, not by a long shot, and although they're making my life a little harder, that doesn't bother me anymore. Why am I uneasy? Suddenly uneasy.
デート
Something like that. Strictly speaking, it won't be. I dropped by the computer room and bring up Yuji's date idea. I've been intentionally ambiguous so that I don't catch on to the plan. But now that I'm actually telling them about it, I find myself wanting to explain the situation clearly. At the amusement park, my treat this Sunday. Tell the twins timidly. I want to know what they think about me inviting another guy. Sango raised their arms in celebratory gesture.
はーい高木とデートや
Didn't you hear me? I correct her. No. Not with me. It'll be with my friend. Sango immediately loses interest.
なんや、つまらんな。
Don't say that before you met him. Ruri would be delighted by her not wanting to go on a date, except that Sango doubles down on her true desires.
高明おらんとつまらんもん。
Look, I can't just change the plans.
高明が行かへんのやったら、うち行かへんもん。
Upset her. Crap. But I promised I'd introduce some. There's only one way to salvage this. Fine, I'll go too. Sango's eyes lighten up.
ほんま？
Yeah, for now. I give in. The entry fee isn't cheap, but I'll just get Yuji to pay. What's the cost? That's the cost of doing business, Yuji. However, Ruri, who until now was just observing, cuts in.
うちはデートに反対。高明の変態。
Isn't Parrot talk taking things a bit far? Done tearing me apart, that Ruri shifts her focus to convincing
高
Sango.
明の友達なんて変態に決まってるやんか。それに高明までおったら変態の2倍なんやで。
Absurd logic as always. That's a bit unfair. Well, maybe not to
高
Yuji.
明はエッチいことダメやのに余計に悪い。
That's hard to object to. I mean, I've wanted to deny, but it's not like I don't have any sexual impulses at all. As I choke out into words, Sango comes to my
ルリ
rescue.
ちゃんは行かへんの？乗り物乗り放題やで。
いやもん高明となんか遊園地行かへんもん。1億円もらっても行か
Preschool's reaction, as usual.
へんもん。高明なんか豆腐にぶつかって死んじゃえ。
Truly a fate to dread. Sango doesn't even blink.
ルリちゃんはお留守番な。
Caught off guard, Ruri falters. Sango, now delighted at the plan, dances
う
around.
ち、高明とデートする。高明と一緒にお化け屋敷入るもん。
No, with my friend. But Sango doesn't hear me at all. It's just like Sango to interpret things to suit her. Ruri looks troubled at apparently being pushed away. Tears start forming in her eyes.
サンちゃん。
ルリちゃん、お土産何がええ？
Sango instantly delivers the final blow with a cheerful smile. Ruri can't take it anymore and fights back.
うちも行く。
でも、嫌やねんやろ？
嫌やけども行くもん。
Honest to God, I just really want Sango to like put the fucking plushies, robots away and leave Takaki with Ruri alone in the computer room. And all he does is just look over it. Listen, I'm sorry about all this, but if I don't do this, I'll earn the ire of someone that has known me since I was a small child, and that is too much of a danger. He knows things about me that must never see the light of day. And sadly, I can't kill him to make sure it doesn't. It's not worth the trip to prison. Anyways.
もう、ルリちゃん意地っ張りよな。でも、これで3人でラブラブや。
Unable to restrain herself, she celebrates once again. Thus, the prime mover for this little plan. Now completely forgotten, I find myself in a bit of a bind. Sunday.
というわけで
Yuji speaks animatedly.
このデート日和だな。
This is gonna be a disaster. I let out a big sigh. Yuji brightly tries to cheer me up.
おいおい、ちった明るい顔しろよ。盛り下がるだろうが、デコイなんだぞ、お前は。
Decoy. He just touches his head. No, there's no ears. I also don't have a tail. There is another possibility, but no wings either, no. What are you talking about, quite frankly?
行きはお前目当てかもしれないけど、帰るときは立場が逆転してるってことだよ。一人分けてって言ってもやらねえからな。 俺は愛に貪欲な男だから。
Hey, when you decide to take both for yourself, you'll incur the wrath of all unpopular guys in the
やっ
world.
かみはモテる男の勲章だぜ。いや、世界を敵に回したっていいね。モテるためには。
In other words, Yuji thinks he's a big shot. I stifle a laugh and check the station clock. It's pretty late. You know, it's already past time. Only we've been stood up. Yuji's high spirits don't falter for even a second.
なーに、男は30分前、女は30分後と決まってるんだぜ、チェリーボーイ。
The true voice of experience there, huh? It's just asking to be ignored. 30 minutes later, a familiar voice breaks through the silence.
また
Rudy arrives in a flurry, unsteady on her feet and out of breath. It's not just unexpected, it's unbelievable. Rudy showed up alone. What happened to Sango? Sleeping. On Rudy's back. It seems Sango wouldn't wake up, so Rudy carried her here. Wow, you really went out of your way to come. In her own respective way, they're both amazing.
しゃあないやん、孫ちゃん。起きへんし。
Blushing, Rudy delivers her excuse. I get the urge to tease her some more. But even so, you decided to get her and bring her here. She could have easily used Sango not waking up as a reason to cancel, but apparently the thought never even crossed Rudy's mind.
失敗した。
My condolences. Sango finally wakes up, no doubt roused by Rudy's soul-shaking cry.
あここどこ？
Sango looks at me, still half asleep. Morning.
高木や。ここ天国？
What makes you think I've been driven off to heaven? What is it with these girls constantly killing me off with their imagination? Someone clears his throat.
あー、ちょっといいかな。
Oh, right,
あれ？
Yuji. Sango looks quizzically at
高
Yuji.
坂ユージ。ユージと呼んでほしいな。
Yuji introduces himself as Sango cheerily introduces herself in turn.
うち姫ゆり3号。こっちはルリちゃん。つつかものですがよろしくお願いします。
こちらこそ、今日一日よろしく。
They exchange pleasantries. Sango politely bows and Yuji does so in return. One person does not participate in the introductions.
サンちゃん、敵に挨拶したらあかん。
敵？
サンちゃんに手出すやつ、みんな敵。
ああ、手強そうだな。
I
で
guess.
もハードルが高いほど燃えるもんだよ。
At this point, just apologize to the two girls for, introducing them to this fucking abomination. Goddamn flea.
このルリちゃんさえも友情兄ちゃんと言わしてみせるぜ。
Rudy's attitude seems to have fired up
い
Yuji.
や、お兄もいいか。
He's reached a new low.
じゃ、お姫様もお目覚めのようだし、出発。
おしんこ。
What? Rudy spins, looking all around the amusement park in the light.
全部乗って
はは、いくらなんでもこれ全部一日で回るのは無理かな。
つまらんな。
でもパスで入ったからどれ乗っても OK だよ。
Satisfied, she trots over to Rudy.
なあなあ、ルリちゃんは何に乗りたい？
Rudy surveys the rides a moment before answering.
観覧車。
観覧車って高いだけやで。ゴロゴロって転がるとおもろいけど。
高いので十分やもん。
In contrast to the aid Sango, Rudy looks a little put out. Moreover, it doesn't look like Yuji and I are the problem. As I observe her, Yuji grips my sleeve and whispers into my ear.
わかってるだろうな。
What? I feign ignorance. Yuji seems to believe me and says displeased.
協力だよ、協力。
Of course. Well, I wouldn't have come this far if I wasn't. Fine, I'll cooperate unwillingly. I answer, but so what are you gonna do? First target for the date has already been set, but I wasn't asked at all what will happen there. What will happen there? What do I want to ask? Yuji excitedly lays out his strategy.
定番、遊園地で絶叫大作戦。 キャー怖いとかなんとかで抱きつかれてウハウハ。ついでに頼れるナイスガイを演出したハッピーエンド。
I await your failure.
ナイスでグッドな作戦だろ。
Enough to bring tears to my eyes. What a cliche, but Yuji seems to have absolute faith in it.
じゃあまずは定番ジェットコースター行ってみようか。
はーい。
Sango is cheerful, but Rudy is about to burst into tears. I think I figured this one out.
お、サンゴちゃんはやる気だね。隣同士いい？
Sango said she was uninterested in a date, but surprisingly she willingly accepts Yuji's invitation. Well, that's probably just that she thinks nothing of Yuji at all. Two of them walk towards the roller coaster. Rudy, on the other hand, stands there, rooted in place, not taking a step. You know, going on the roller coaster? You're gone. You okay with that? The normal development would be for her to kick Yuji out and take his place, but not this time. No, I'm sure of it. Rudy's just acting tough. Are you afraid of the roller coaster? In spite of being patently obvious, Rudy looks at me in shock. But
怖ないもん。ジェットコースターなんか怖ないもん。
well, that removed any lingering doubts. Shall we wait here? Or should we call him back and write something else together?
余計なお世話や。
He shouts at me, then hesitantly starts walking towards the roller coaster. Rudy, don't push yourself.
無理ちゃうもん。高明こそ怖いやったら帰れ。
Don't start crying before the ride. She really is a stubborn one. It's gonna be a constant case of Yuji going with Sango on rides that scare Ruri, and the MC having to accompany Ruri because he's worried about her. So every plan where Yuji is like, ah yes, I'm gonna get into a situation where she's gonna scream and be scared and cling to me. Fucking Sango is just gonna be like, wow, this is sick. While Rudy's in the back fucking screaming her heart out and clinging to fucking Takagi. Don't start crying before the ride. She's really a stubborn one. Okay, we'll go together.
怖くてもうちにしがみつくな。
We will go together. Sorry, I can't read that line without without my mind immediately going to fucking Zemnus. Okay, I really hope she's gonna be okay.
次は急流滑り。
フリーフォールも行っとくか。
ぐるぐる振り回されるやつも。
ループコースターも基本だろ。
おもろかったな。
With each ride, Sango gets happier, and Ruri... She has a death grip on my arm. Her legs are shaking as hard. She's having trouble walking. Ruri, it's over, so...
秋のアホ。
Yes,
高明なん
yes.
か死んじゃえ。
I know. Rudy's absolutely hopeless with all the thrill rides. She has a surprising number of weak
おい
points.
高木。
Huh? Yuji calls me, so I hand Rudy over to Sango's care. What?
なんでお前一人いい思いしてるんだよ。
Yuji grinds his fist on my head. How
ルリ
so?
ちゃんに死が見つかれやがって。
You're the one who chose Sango. If you chase two rabbits, you'll lose them both. He ignores my rendition and neither reflects nor cares about what
よ
happened.
し、それならプラン B だ。
Yuji resumes his game phase and turns to the girls.
じゃあ今度はあれに行こうか。
He grandly indicates the haunted house.
やったー。
Oh, that's what I expected. It's fine for Sango, but Rudy... No. Rudy doesn't like scary stuff. I say, and Yuji pulls me close to the shoulder and whispers
や
to
っ
me.
ぱそうか。俺の読み通りじゃないか。
What? Don't tell me
お
once
前
to...
はサンゴちゃんとな。俺はルリちゃんと行くから。
You're pathetic. Like, at this point, I'd actually just grab him by the fucking scruff of his neck and be like, no, we're fucking taking a break. Take one look at Ruri, and you'll know that you taking her there right now is literally just torture for her. If you try to do that, I will personally beat you, okay? I don't care if you're so fucking desperate as to do this, but I won't let you fucking do that.
しょうがねえだろ。絶叫マシンはサンゴちゃん喜ばして終わりだったし。
But I look over at Ruri. The more mention of the haunted house has her pretty frightened. I object. Frightening Ruri any more is sadistic.
それはまずいな。
Good. Let's ask Ruri what she wants to do. Before I can even ask, her voice rings out.
お化け屋敷行く。
Huh?
お化け屋敷なんか怖ないもん。子供騙しやもん。どうせ作り物やもん。高明と二人っきりの方が危険やもん。
I was thinking maybe the ferries
観
will.
覧車なんか乗りたないもん
There's no need to push yourself if you're scared.
無理ちゃうからとっとと連れてけ
なんか俺も罪悪感でいっぱいになってきたんだけど
Fucking shit. You're gonna pay for your mistake. Rudy wouldn't let the haunted house go, so here we are.
さんちゃんどこ
ほら手をつないでないと置いていかれるよ
ドキドキするな
Sango, watch your step. I guess it's a little creepy, but it's really not that bad. Wouldn't even feel bad about playing a little gag. Nonetheless, Rudy's eyes are pointed firmly at the ground as she walks along
こっちでいい
unwillingly.
のかやけに狭いぞ
Nah, it's gotta be that way. The four of us proceed uneventfully. Should be coming up pretty soon now.
ちゃん出るで出るで
さんちゃんの意地悪
気をつけろよ出るぞあそこから
Turns out they were both wrong. It came from the side.
うち帰るお家に帰る
I know, we'll be exiting soon.
高明なんか死んじゃえ
Yep. Rudy clings to me so tightly I'm nearly being strangled. Expecting the scare to come from the front and then getting surprise attack from the side made Rudy turn around and start running, which led to a head-on collision with me. Then Rudy's legs gave way and now she can't even stand up. Naturally ended up carrying her on my back. Why is it always my responsibility? Did they just resent me? Or maybe I'm paying back karma from a previous
なんで
life. Usually. Somehow Yuji's pissed
な
off
ん
at
でお
me.
前だけそうもモテモテになるんだよ
Because you're actively deciding to torture one of them out of your own sense of pathetic desperate. What's the fucking noun for being desperate? Desperation. That's the one. I'm stupid, sorry. Like, this... He's not actually supposed to be that involved in this route, yet he's just making me hate him because he's actively like... My desperate want for a girlfriend is more important than their fun at this amusement park.
ルリちゃんの隣にいた俺の立場は
Beats
お
me.
まけに
Yuji takes a side glance at Rudy and their eyes meet. Rudy,
嫌われたぞ思いっきり
you're the cause of the trauma after all. She must be furious with Rudy for bringing up the haunted
全
house.
部お前のせいだ
Mine. Are you sure it's not
その
yours?
件については俺も意見があるとにかく休憩しよう作戦会議だ
ペンギンさんや
星
They're in the middle of our break. Absentmindedly watched Sango and Rudy amuse themselves with the crane game trying to catch fluffy toys. They aren't having much luck though.
おい話を聞いてるのか
I'm trying to face
ここ
Yuji.
にはお前の好感度を上げに来たんじゃねえんだぞ
I'm not doing anything. Besides, scaring her to make her fall for you was your idea, not mine. Yuji
分かっ
sighs.
た素直に敗北は認めよ
So, what now? Came in the morning, so there's still plenty of daylight. It's early to
う
go
ルリちゃ
home.
んとは冷却期間が必要だここからはサンゴちゃん一本に絞るぞ
So, what are you telling me to
サンゴ
do?
ちゃんの好きなものを教えろホラー以外で
He's gonna butter up. Anything says hard that Sango likes. Blood over. I wonder if there are any around. Plush toys and PC games, perhaps? I give Yuji my ideas. Yuji clicks his tongue.
なんでそんなナイスでグッドな情報を今まで隠してたんだよ
You never asked. Yuji ignores me,
だけど
continues.
これいい物量作戦こそ一番単純かつ効果的しかもサンゴちゃんを落とせばルリちゃんもついてくるこれぞショーをインとせばまず馬
I think that means something different. Yuji doesn't waste any time. He stands up and calls out to the
今度は
girls.
デパートに行こうぬいぐるみ買ってあげるよ
お買い物や
Again, in contrast to the honestly pleased Sango, Rudy seems a little unhappy. Wonder what the problem is now. Rudy sneaks a glance to the game corner. Ah, perhaps. Did you want that plush toy? Rudy blushes. Looks like I was guessed right. Before I can ask her if I should get it for her, she cuts me off. Rudy storms off, following the others. I silently watch her walking off. Man, you're really stubborn. We ride the train again, and this time I'm heading for the department store. The objective is, of course, to check out plush toys.
どんなぬいぐるみがいい？
Sango knows exactly what she
ペン
wants.
ペンギンね。
Yuji's confidence rises at that simple
マン
request.
ボウとか言われたらどうしようかと思ったよ。
マンボウもええけど、今はペンギン。
じゃ、行こうか。
Sango leading the way, we head for the plush toys
ここだよ
section.
な。
Yeah,
ペンギン見つけたら俺に回せよ。
yeah. We start combing the aisle for penguins. There's the usual bears and pandas, though. Through to gorillas, giraffes, crocodiles and elephants, and even an anteater, but no
お
penguins.
かしいな。ペンギンみたいなメジャーな生き物のぬいぐるみがないなんて。
Eugene inclines his head. He's right. There's heaps of toys, but you'd think there would be at least one penguin, but you can't find anything. Let's check again. This time we search starting from the other end, but we still don't find a single one. We reluctantly decide to ask shop
ペンギン
assistant.
ですか？
He apologizes
申し
profusely.
訳ありません。ペンギンは夏商品なので、店頭にない場合は在庫切れということになります。
Summer. Well, I guess penguins do put me in a summery mood. But I never imagined plush toys were seasonal. I thought as I may.
ペンギン。
Sango becomes downcast. Yuji asks me
ど
trouble.
うする？
What do we
遊園
do?
地。
I turn around, surprised by that subdued voice. Ruri looks annoyed and avoids looking at me. But I'm sure she's at amusement park. Ah, that's right, they were in the crane game. Girls were trying to get him. I see how we ended up on this quest.
なる、ゲーセンの景品か。じゃ、ゲーセンを当たってみるか。
We leave the department store and make for the game center. It's the biggest one in the area,
どう
but
だ？あったか？
nope. There are plenty of crane games, of course, but seems the penguins all sought warmer
ゲー
climates.
センはここだけじゃない。他も行ってみるか。
We leave the store intending to go to the next game center. Huh? Rudy, I'm sure she said something. Can't imagine she's against the searching. I mean, she was the most enthusiastic hunter at both the department store and the game center. What's wrong? Call out to Rudy. However,
なんでもあらへん。
she's gone. Why don't she just tell us what she's thinking?
街中探して一つもなしか。
Yuji sips on his iced tea and grumbles. I guess it's an exclusive item at that amusement park. In the end, we didn't find a single one. It was nothing but a complete waste of
だ
time.
ろうな。
Sango looks exhausted too. Yuji asks Sango and you
ペ
reluctantly.
ンギン以外に欲しいのない？マンボウは水族館の売店じゃないと無理だよな。他には？
ダンゴムシ。
I'm pretty sure they don't make pillbug plushies, so in summary, Yuji's gift idea has been a dismal failure.
どうしてくれるんだよ、このクソ野郎。
Why attack me when it was your own idea? How is this my fault? I ignore Yuji and sip my coffee. Then I look around and notice something. Huh.
なんだ、もっといいアイデアでも浮かんだのか？
No, not that. I look at the seat next to me. Rudy should be sitting there, but she's gone. Her empty juice glass rests on the
トイレじゃ
table.
ねえのか？
Maybe. I look at the store. That must be it. I'll just wait for Rudy to return. It's taking too long. Feels like it's been more than 10 minutes. I start to get worried and tell Sango. Sango, sorry, but could you check on Rudy?
ええよ。
She gets up and skips towards the toilet in the shop. However, Sango's taking a long time too.
疲れてるのか？
I guess. Get up at this time and head inside the shop. At the toilet and spot Sango crouched under a table looking around. She's hiding. What's going on? I approach Sango and ask her. To which Sango gets up and says,
ルリちゃん、おらんかなーって。
What are you looking for? There's no one there. It's hide and seek. However, it doesn't mean Rudy's not in the
どう
toilet.
した？
Left alone for too long, Yuji soon joins us. Give him the fact. Rudy's
い
gone.
ない？おいおいおい。じゃあどこ行ったんだよ？
She doesn't appear to be in the shop at all.
まさか誘拐じゃねえよな。
Nah, Rudy's suspicious of strangers. She'd never follow someone she doesn't
い
know.
や、後ろからガバッとかあり得るぞ。
Don't say scary stuff.
ルリちゃん、誘拐された？
Yeah, this man needs to actually just shut the fuck up. Sango becomes distraught. No one said that's what happened. Still, it is true that Rudy disappeared without telling us anything. Maybe she just went home. She wasn't interested in this date to begin with, so it does seem likely.
電話してみる。
Sango runs over to the public telephone, however. What is it?
お金
I silently hand over a 10 yen coin. But how does she get around without carrying any money? Forget that, we have to concentrate on the duty. Sango returns a short while later. So, can read the answer on her expression, but I ask anyway. She shakes her head. She hasn't gone home. Is there any other she's likely to go?
商店街とかスーパーとか
I don't think she'd go back there, but they're close at least. Should go check. Yuji,
ああ
we leave Sango here in case Ururi returns, then head to the shopping district.
いたか
No. Yuji and I split up and head north and south, searching every corner of the district. But we can't find her
一度カ
anywhere.
フェに戻ろう案外戻ってきてるかもしれないし
Yeah. We briefly return to the cafe where Sango waits. Sango, did Ururi return? But Sango just shakes her
本
head.
格的に失踪事件だな
Shall we go check out the school?
休みの日に学校に行ってどうするんだよ
He's right. Ururi isn't even a school club member. So where'd you go? Where else would you go? I think it would be the... The answer is amusement park. Gotta think of it. Anyway, if a ping was in the department store, I'm sure Ururi said the amusement park. At the time, I thought she meant anywhere with a crane game, but she must have actually meant. So what? Ururi is heading back to the amusement park. How would you have gotten
どうした
by now?
高明
I trust my intuition, but
遊園地景品のぬいぐるみ取りに遊園地まで戻ったっていうのかマジかよ
it usually seems doubtful, but knowing the strength of Ururi's feelings for Sango, I think it's all
とりあえ
too
ず
likely.
遊園地に問い合わせて呼び出してもらおうぜあれからだいぶ経つんだだったら遊園地にはもうついてるはずだろ
Yuji's right. So far, this is just my suspicion. Since we don't have any hard evidence, we shouldn't overreact. I leave it to Yuji to telephone the amusement park. Then 10 odd minutes
そう
later.
ですかわかりました
Yuji?
現れなかったみたいだなもし
See.
来たら折り返し電話してほしいって頼んだけど他のところじゃねえのか
But I can't think of anyone else. But she's wrapped up in the game and didn't even hear the announcement. Alright, I'm determined now. I'm going to check.
おい
I can't trust that she's not there just because she didn't answer when they called her. Need to see it with my own eyes.
うちも行く
Concerned Sango wants to come along. No, you wait,
なん
dear.
で
There's no proof, and it's a long way. Don't worry, I'm gonna take a good look and return. Seeing Sango and me like this usually
わかった
says,
入れ違いってこともあるし俺とサンゴちゃんは電話待ちしつつもうしばらくここで待機する
thanks. I leave them and head to the train station by myself. If I'm right, I'll find her at the game corner. That's where I need to check. When I arrive, I check for with the information center just to be sure, but she hasn't shown up since the phone call. Perhaps she really isn't here. Anyway, I know where I need to go. I head for the game corner. I'm sure it's near the entrance. I walk around outside the game corner, and... there she is. It's Ruri. She did come back here. Strange she stands stationary from the crane game, not playing. What's going on? Anyway, I need to make sure she's okay first. I call out to Ruri. Ruri! Startled, she jumps a little and looks at me.
高明
She turns her face away. Did you come here to get that fluffy toy? I wish you told us. You shouldn't have come by
高
yourself.
明には関係あらへんもん
Ruri says to me bluntly, and responds to say to her a little firmer, Maybe not to me, but what about Sango? He's really worried about you. But Ruri doesn't give me an answer. Anyway, it's water under the bridge now. Come on, let's go, before it gets late. But she doesn't move. Aren't you coming?
帰らへん
She shows no sign of moving. Why? I look once more to the place her eyes are fixed on. Crane game. I see she still hasn't gotten the stuffed penguin. She's not budging. Just staring at it. Why aren't you playing? Perhaps. Are you out? Money? She's tightly gripping her purse. Obviously, it's empty. No doubt she has sunk her return train fare into it too. Good grief. I take out my wallet and open it. I have some, but just enough for my living expenses. Well, I can live off just rice and bean sprouts for the month. I step out towards the game in front of her and put a coin in.
取ったらあかん
Why?
うちのさんちゃんに高明関係あら
I scratch my head thoughtfully. Actually, it is a lot.
へんなんで
Because if I leave you crying, I'll regret it for sure. I'm comfortable with girls, but even more so with crying
高
ones.
明
And I have to keep my status as your enemy. Press the button. Oh, I finally got it. It's a while later. You know what I knew since I was being to others. Ignoring what a nuisance I was being to others, I just kept working at it until I got a result. Jesus, I'm such a suck for girls. Usually it's common to expect a painful experience from girls wasn't off the mark. I dumped 6,000 yen into that machine, still accomplishing this on the 10,000's top class. If I was asked to get it again, I'd say I could do it in 3 tries. That won't be necessary. I hand over the much sought after penguin to Ruri. Here, Ruri. Ruri silently takes it. She won't even look at me. I was hoping she'd be happy, but I really shouldn't expect the impossible. It's a gift from the enemy, I suppose. This won't make a pleasant memory for her, but my goal for her not to cry. I feel like I got a perfect score. I hear a familiar voice.
Oi!
Yuji, Sango. They come over to us waving. I called to tell you we're okay.
そりゃ分かってるけど。
He says with a significant look at Sango.
ともかく、ルリちゃんが見つかってめでたしめでたしだ。
Yeah. I look at Ruri. Strangely, even though Sango came to take her home, Ruri just hugs the plush toy and won't look at her. She's concerned about making Sango worry. Tap her on the shoulder and say, weren't you gonna give that to Sango?
でも
But
取ったの
Ruri starts to say something but hesitates. I guess what she's trying to say and speak first. I got that for you. You can give it away or do anything you want with it. It's up to you. Now, take her by the shoulder and push her in front of Sango.
どうしたんルリちゃん。
Sango peers at Ruri, whose eyes are downcast. Ruri turns slightly and looks at me. I just smile encouragingly. Go on, hand it over and don't worry. That's what I'm trying to convey. Ruri senses my feelings and timidly holds out the plush toy to
さん
Sango.
ちゃんこれ
ペンギンさんや
Sango's whole face lights up with a smile. Relieved, Sango takes another step forward and pushes it to her,
あ
saying,
げるよさんちゃんに
Sango obediently accepts it. Then Sango casually
ルリ
asks
ちゃ
him.
んが取ってくれたん
But Ruri shakes her head. She glances at me once more. I'm a little embarrassed. For Sango to learn that I got it would be embarrassing for Ruri. But in a low voice, she clearly says,
ちゃうの
それは高明が取って
高明
だからほんまは高明からのプレゼントや
Tears well up into Ruri's eyes, but I'm not so sure how to interpret those
だ
tears.
からさんちゃん高明にお礼言わなあかんで
Sango stares at the plush toy she's holding. Then she says to
ちゃ
Ruri,
うよルリちゃんちゃうんよそれは
Sango holds out the penguin to the surprised Ruri.
さんちゃん
うちがペンギンさん欲しかったんはな
Sango
ルリち
smiles.
ゃんにあげたかったからだからルリちゃんにあげる
Ruri gingerly accepts the plush toy once again.
さんちゃん
約束したやんルリちゃんには友達いっぱい作ってあげるってだから大事にせなあかんで友達は
Ruri hugs the plush toy tight and covers her
大事
face.
にする大事にする
どうして泣くん泣いたらあかん
Sango gently gathers Ruri into her arms. Case closed, but Yuji.
たく、とんだ茶番、猿芝居だ。
I give him a disgusted look, but Yuji pushes me away and
あ
points
の
to me.
な、茶番で猿芝居なのはお前なんだよ。
Huh? Me?
たく、負けたよ。俺が入る余地なんかどこにもねえじゃねえか。
Guess not. I look at the girls again, but Yuji pokes me in the
言っ
head.
とくけど、サンゴちゃんとルリちゃんの間じゃないぞ。
Huh? No space between Sango and Ruri. So...
まだ分かってないのか。ま、それもお前らしいけどな。
When I see Yuji smile, I finally understand what he means. What the hell are you saying? I stutter slightly. Against my better judgment, I feel a blush rising to my cheeks, but Yuji says to me, not caring
じゃ、
anymore.
邪魔者は猿。3人ラブラブモードで帰りやがれ。
Wait! Hey, wait up! Hey! Are you gonna give up that easily? Ignoring my shouts, Yuji takes his leave. What's with him?
どないしたん
What? I wonder. I think he's just reading into it too much. I'm with these girls because I think they'll get in trouble if we leave them alone. But I do think that's not all. I also admire the strength of the bond between these two. A bond which accepts anything and everything. I had no idea a human bond could be so beautiful. It's an incredibly pleasant sensation. It's nothing. I realize I'm staring at him and look away.
高木、顔赤いで。
That's nothing, nothing. That's why I decided to leave it for now. I'm not used to girls, so I do get a little wrapped up in these kinds of things. I'll leave examining my feelings for the future. Because I think if you leave them alone, you can become aware of them anyway. That was overall very nice. That was really fucking nice. Like, really, really fucking nice. Like, exceptionally fucking nice. I'll actually continue going. Like, I actually just don't want to stop right now. This route is gripping me. Like, these two are great. I love those. I love them. I guess I was not a big fan of Ruri at first, but she started to grow on me. At the bottom of the hill, the girls once again lie in wait. Morning, Sango-Route. Despite being a little nervous, I greet him back. Ruri is avoiding eye contact, but I'm just happy she isn't kicking me. Though maybe she's still hesitant because of what happened yesterday. Anyway, I put my hand to my chest in relief at surviving another morning. It's a peaceful morning for a change. So the next problem is whether or not I can make it safely to the school gate. But just as I let down my guard, the second trial begins. Huh? I look over and Sango's holding out something to me. Those leaflets. There's some mysterious hieroglyphs written on them. What are these? A question mark pops up over my head as I look back at her. Special help coupons. Like what primary school kids give their parents as gifts. I could indeed just make out SP help coupon written on them in a felt pen. How many are there? You made 50 of them. Sango nods seriously. But why? Helping. You can't answer at roll call though. I'll think about it. I scratch my head troubled. This must be her way of thanking me for yesterday. She's a good girl to the core. However, there is nothing particular I want. That's the problem. I just don't need any help with anything, really. I can do the usual stuff by myself and can't envision any particular problems where I'd require Sango's assistance. To be honest, if there's anything that's giving me trouble, it'd be Sango and Ruri themselves. I probably can't ask her to do something about that. Sango looks a little worried at my half-hearted response. Not now, at least. Sango beats my eyes intently. While I weakly try to come up with a way out. When something comes up, I'll use them. Sango is so delighted she leaps in the air. Good grief. Seriously weak against girls. I'm probably thinking about this too hard. Even if I don't use the ticket, it's not like I won't get tangled up in Sango's affairs, so I doubt anything will really go wrong here. Anyway, however, I soon realized this conclusion was a fatal mistake. So, how did class go that day? Our class isn't the most diligent, but not to the point of being disruptive. I was quietly taking my lesson. Teacher scratches away on the blackboard. Chalk stops and the teacher turns to look at us. A moment of tension. Then after looking over the class once, his eyes land on me. And that's how it is. So that's how it is. I give up hope and wait for his words. But just before the teacher calls on me, a cheery voice rings out throughout the class. Hi! What? Huh? The teacher, my classmates, and I all look towards the voice. Its owner, oblivious to the confusion all around us, walks to the board and begins diligently writing the answer. Scratch, scratch. I try to get her attention, but she just goes on thoughtfully solving the problem. Task complete, she turns to me, throws both hands up and declaims. Sango? I was about to make the mistake of crushing the fucking can I drank from earlier. I specifically bought it because I liked the design on it and wanted to keep it. What am I being a dumbass for? She skips towards me. I have no idea how to deal with this situation. Sango looks over my frozen expression as if wondering why I haven't already started singing her
どないし
praises.
たん？スペシャルなお手伝い券1枚分の仕事したで。
I don't mind. Actually, no, it's not really okay. I don't want to upset her, but I don't want to avoid being troubled. She pouts.
高明のお役に立ちたかってんもん。
But aren't you skipping your own
で
class?
も高明ちっとも使うてくれへんやんか。
Phrasing. Phrasing. She moves right up next to me.
なんでもええよ。
You really shouldn't offer anything like
だから
that.
10、50回でもええよ。
Absolute silence descends upon the classroom. A cricket chirps somewhere
10
outside.
がつまらんのやったらもっとすごいことしてもええし。
Whoa! The crowd goes wild!
すごいことってやっぱりあれか。あれだろ。あれなんだ。さすが高明。学校一のけだものだぜ。
Frantically cover up Sango's mouth. A girl can't go saying that in a public place! She looks at me blankly and says,
あかんの？結婚。
Mary, I'm only slightly relieved, but that still presents numerous problems. The stairs are painful. Struggling to find an answer, Sango delivers the final blow.
高明うちのこと嫌い？
No, it's just that we're still students there. There's a line we can't cross.
したないん？したないんや。
Sango, that's an illegal move. There's no way I can say I don't want to when such a cute girl's giving me that look. Even if I could, my reputation in public would fall. Even for me, with the advantage of having been publicly accepted as being uncomfortable around girls, the situation is a ticking time bomb. Give in and begin to pronounce the words that will doom me. A voice suddenly says us. Totally wrapped up in the conversation with Sango, I reflexively leap back. That was dangerous. I was just about to dig my own grave, and at such a young, tender age. What the hell was that? There's this Machina who called out to us was... I want to say a word of thanks to them, but then I realize it's, the teacher. He points to the door, shaking with rage. So we ended up in the hallway, but,
あーん。夫婦して食べさせてあげる。
Sango has mysteriously acquired some octopus dumplings, which he is pushing at me. Is this really the hallway in the middle of the class, and not some surreal alternate universe? The teacher and other students remain in class, completely ignoring the bizarre goings-on out here, despite being perfectly aware of it. Am I being ostracized? I feel like they're treating us as a dumb, love-struck couple and leaving us be. How much longer before they force us to marry just to rationalize the situation in their own minds?
まだ48枚あるからいっぱいお願いしてな、高明。
At worst, if one of those occurs every day, just how far will Sango escalate this? Will Takaki Kono be destroyed in 48 days? So it's lunchtime? What shall I eat today? I pore over the menu. My stomach is craving something heavy. In which case, there's the set A and B, and donburi doesn't look bad. Alright, I made my decision and headed to the meal ticket machine when a girl's voice calls to me.
高
Huh? Sango, Yuri, not Yuri, Ruri. I automatically smile. Just the guy seeing his close friends.
木。
Ruri gives me the cold shoulder. Has there been yet another vicious rumor about me? My body remembers involuntarily in a shiver. As usual, Sango gets overly friendly, laying her hand on my
なあ
arm.
なあ、高明もご飯な。
I guess so.
一緒に食べような。
Sure. I don't have a reason to turn her down. If anything, trying to refute would create a problem. Tell myself I'm making the political choice. But the problem
ええやろ
is...
ルリちゃんも。
シャンちゃんに手出したら殺す。
ルリちゃんも大歓迎や。
Is it? Is it though? I can't say I'm sure this is a good idea, but it'll probably be fine. And so I end up eating with them today. The girls also check out the menu, but of course, as far as Ruri is concerned, Sango goes first.
シャンちゃん、今日は何がいい？
な
She puts Sango before herself. Without any hesitation or consideration, she defers. Sango ignores the menu, instead looking all around the cafeteria. She's probably trying to find something that looks tasty that someone else is eating. After a minute, she chooses something and cheerily tells Ruri.
Ramen!
Ruri now looks at the menu. Needless to say, there's nothing unusual or rare about that meal.
買ってくるから席取って待っててな。
Okay. By the way, I wanted to ask her to get mine too, but I was too shy. In the first place, there's a good chance she wouldn't get it from me, but more importantly, carrying 3 servings of ramen is probably not easy. Though I also worry about leaving Sango alone as I get my own ramen. Well, I'll just wait here till Ruri returns.
お待たせ。
A short while later, Ruri brings a tray over. I'm getting up to grab my own lunch when I notice, there's only one bowl of ramen on the tray.
さんち
Ruri hands over the lone ramen to Sango. Sango takes it happily, breaking her chopsticks and eating it away. Oddly enough, Ruri just watches her eat, making no motion to go buy her own. Don't tell me Ruri's on a diet. Aren't you gonna eat? I'm concerned, so I ask her about it. Ruri responds
ゃん。食
briskly,
べるよ。
but
さんちゃんが食べ終わるのを待ってるんや。
she worried about Sango that much. Forgot about buying my own lunch and observed. Sango eats 2 or 3 mouthfuls, sips a little broth, and pushes back from the
ごち
table.
そうさま。
Huh? He's done? Sit there dumbfounded while Sango pushes the ramen bowl over to Ruri. Ruri matter-of-factly takes it and starts slurping up the rest. They share one bowl of ramen. It's somewhat deeply moving. One bowl for both of you?
だってもったいないやん。
I see, but it's cafeteria ramen, so it's cheap. It's not even 40 yen per bowl. For some reason, they don't order 2, just 1. Perhaps they're short on money. Captivated by the spectacle of the 2 of them, I missed grabbing my own lunch before Ruri also finished eating. I considered going to order some, but I can't bring myself to make him wait. Maybe I'll just grab a sandwich today. Ask him to wait just a little bit and head over to the sandwich bar. Most of them had sold out by now, of course. Speaking of being left behind, why are there always jam buns left?
あんバタ
Starting over the remaining items, Sango's eyes glitter in the reflection of the display case. The popular red bean paste and margarine sandwich are still available. The jam buns are cheap and, with those heavy flavors, a little popular, though it's not the level of curry bread or ham sandwich. It does have a number of devotees, though. Sango seems to be one of them. You want one? Nod. Sango nods vigorously. Sango isn't really the reason I came here, despite the direction this is taken. That's fine, though. However, Ruri throws a wet blanket on the delighted Sango.
あかんでさんちゃん。夕飯までお預け。
Sango bemoans Ruri's cruelty.
食べへんからあんバタ
Denied. Ruri appears to be used to this behavior, shooting down Sango's objection ruthlessly. Sango gets depressed at Ruri's coldness. Feels sorry for her, so I try to back Sango up. Oh, come on, Sango didn't even need half a bowl of ramen.
そうやそうや
Sango follows up immediately, bolstered by my support. She must really like those jam and butter buns. She stares longingly at him. I should do something before she really does start salivating. It's not like I can't afford a single bun. So long as I'm not interfering, I don't mind buying you one.
万歳
But Ruri won't just overlook this. She approaches menacingly.
餌付けす
Of course, Ruri won't allow it. Is it really that big a deal if I buy Sango a bun? I look at Sango and shrug.
あんバタ
Sango's heart full of shattered dreams sighs at the remaining jam and butter bun. Defeated, Ruri reluctantly proposes a
な。明
compromise.
日はあんバタにするから。
今日が
だから今日はもう食べたやん。
ええの飢えて死ぬ
もう嘘ばっかり。
Thus, Sango's path to jam and butter was eternally closed off for one night. Fucking great. Love it. Just standing there. Ah! Okay, time to go home. I decided I don't have anything particular to do today, so I decided to go home immediately. Pack my bag and head out of the classroom. I walked down the stairs and changed shoes at the shoebox, but as I exited the school building, I spotted a familiar silhouette. Isn't that Sango? I expect the reaction follows. That's right, I could tell them apart from behind. You're not messing around with computers today? Well, I guess it's nice to take a day off every now and then. That's all fine, but I look around. Where's Ruri?
職員室に呼び出された。
Hold up. Isn't that a bad thing? Being called to the staff room sounds scary to me, at least. But Sango replies without any
大
concern.
丈夫や。小テストで1点やっただけやから。
That's bad. That seems like something to be concerned about. With 1 point, regardless of whether the top score is 10 or 100, she's still probably at the bottom. At least I'm pretty worried. Shouldn't Sango also be worried? She smiles, the same as always. Despite how she looks, Sango is very intelligent, so perhaps she doesn't understand the hardships we normal people face. Having an older sister like this is probably a hardship as well. Ruri. Anyway, after meeting up with her, I saw no reason for us to split up for the trip home. We descended the hill road together. We should have parted at the bottom of the road, but we passed that already, and Sango kept following me. I'm a little bothered, so I turned to ask her. Say, Sango, why are you following me? It's a natural enough question. Sango responds matter-of-factly.
今日はルリちゃんがおらんから高明と遊ぶ。
Play. Has that been decided? I'm about to violently object, but Sango stares at
わ
me.
かんの？
Oh no, when she looks at me like that, I can feel my MP draining. I really didn't stand a chance here, did I? What do you want to play? Completely defeated, my will to fight back gone, I resigned myself to my fate and asked.
な。
Oblivious to my dejection, Sango brightly considers her options, I mean. What frightening experience will she propose, I wonder? I immediately watch Sango and some falls into her field of view. Her eyes sparkle.
頑張った。
Jam and butter? For her eyes to a convenience store. Ah, I see. You want a jam and butter bun? She nods happily. Fortunately, Ruri is not here now. I feed her. Perhaps today will end without any frightening experiences. Ruri's not here. Want to sneak one in? But for some reason, Sango's expression clouds over at my proposal. What's wrong?
頑張った。食べたいけど。うち、お金持ってへんし。
No money. What about your
も
allowance?
らってへんよ。
No money and no allowance. Noticed it earlier, though. I thought it was odd, but she really doesn't seem to carry any money. These days, even primary school kids walk around with some cash. Sango's household poor after all. It's hard to not to pity her. Can't help it. Alright, I'll take care of it.
ルリちゃんに怒られるかも。
There's no problem if we don't tell her. And even if she finds out, it'll be okay if I say I bought it. That way, I'll be the one that made her angry. What do you want to do? I buy Sango a bun and we walk to the nearby park. When we get to the park, Sango takes the bun I bought and breaks it in two, offering me half. You
え
sure?
えよ。
Being Sango, she's just being courteous. There's no deep meaning to it. I don't mind if I do. I take the half offered. After I take my part, Sango then turns to her half and she stuffs her face happily. I watch her enjoy the bun. She has no money and gets no allowance. And then there's what happened at the cafeteria today. Sharing one bowl of ramen between Ruri and herself. I don't think I should ask, but I'm worried about it. Sango, do you not live with your parents? Sango lightly indicates no. I see. It's really rude of me to ask, but I'm troubled. Sango Ruri.
でも、ル
However,
リちゃんがおるから寂しないよ。高明もおるし。
me.
高明、いっつもうちやルリちゃんに優しいもん。ずーっとうちやルリちゃんと一緒におってな。
Sango stares at me. How long is it always, I wonder. I'm briefly at a loss, but then I realize I don't want to decline. Okay, bedtime. Literally, I hope you guys enjoyed this one and see you next time. Bye-bye. Oh, it's so very fucking